know. Have I figured things out? I don't know. Maybe. Hi. Hello. Welcome to the D&D. Wow. Hi, everybody. It's a day. It's a favorite day. What is today? It's Tuesday. And we're here to play D&D. And we're so excited. I'm Drew, your humble dungeon daddy for Nightmares of the Midnight Vale. And this is the wonderful Cast. Cast, say hi.
Hi, Cast.
Hi, Cast.
Hi, Cast.
Oh, wow. Anybody got anything beautiful to shill today? Anybody?
I always be shilling.
All right.
You know?
All right. What we got?
So, you may have heard before, but we have some lovely dungeon masters at the table here today. Drew, of course, is our humble DM, you know? But also, Jakey is also a very wonderful dungeon master who happens to be on startplaying.com, where
games.
you can it's startplaying.games. But let me get to the link, okay? Let me finish my bit.
Yeah, that's before you get there.
And there are currently open games available right now, and you might see, if you go into startplaying.games/gm/jakeyboy, that there is 1 out of 5 seats filled. Who's that one person, might you ask? Oh, it's fucking me. I am the guy. I am the guy that is playing. So really, it's 2 for the price of 1. You know, you could play with Jakey as your humble dungeon master and me as a character that will probably say things that's really sad, but like completely deadpan, because that's what I love. And you better know that when I'm in a game, Jakey gonna make me cry, so you can watch me cry every week. You know, so if you know what's good for you. You know what's good for you.
Here come the threats.
If you know what's good for you, you'll go over to startplaying.game/gm/jakey. That's startplaying.game/gm/jakeyboy and sign up for one of these open games. Do it today. There's a special on. It's half off. I just
True. Early bird. Yeah, it's early bird special. Yeah, so if you're there early, you get half off your first session. Whoa. Who doesn't like that? Hey? Getting 50% off. And then if you're cool, your character might have 50% off their body, because that's how rough combat can be. I'm just kidding. I won't do that.
Yeah, and then you got the BOGO deal where you buy one, you get one, where if you buy Jakey, you get me. I'm not going to GM for you, but I'll be there.
This is good. This is good that I like this energy.
Buy one, get one free. Hey, one of us do all the work, the other one, I'll be in the room.
I'm giving you the epita free, baby. But yeah, that's
amazing.
it. That's my bit.
Hey.
Nice.
Jakey, I know you got something to shill that's super important.
I do. Yes, I do have something very important. So here's the thing, friends, gamers, and creatures, goblins, ghouls, other critters of sorts, maybe even some spiders in the chat. Can we get some 8 legs and an amen? You know what everything has in common? We all need water. Drink water. You gotta sip it. You see, for me, I have this 4-liter water bottle, and not even as a bit, I drink like 2 to 3 of these a day on a slow day. I like water a lot. Water's real good for you. It keeps your skin feeling nice. Look at this smooth skin. I got skin like a baby's butt every day, baby. Spank my cheek. And if you or a loved one has been diagnosed with being underhydrated, well, then that just simply won't do. Because I know there's been some menacing energy, but sorry, I'm also joining the bit. If you don't, well, I'm going to come in your house and be like... Anyway, so that's what's going to happen if you don't hydrate.
We love you.
That's it. Drink water. It's real good. You know what? I'll take a big swig right now.
We love you, I swear.
I can't believe I got you threatening me on camera.
Right? Also, high key note, lots of us, and maybe even you listening and watching, like to do voice acting. Voices, fun little things. From GM to player to voice actor to whoever. Water is a fantastic tool to have at your side. There are some very difficult and challenging voices that you can do and try, and not being hydrated for those can permanently damage your instrument and ruin your ability to play Dungeons and Dragons and run it for the people you love. So please, stay hydrated, because I like being hydrated, and it lets me do really scary voices, which is great.
Spoopy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you can't do it for yourself, do it for the homies, you know?
Exactly. Yeah,
We
kiss
love
the
the
homies. Pour some water in their mouth from your mouth.
Hydrate your homies.
Mm-hmm. Hydrate them.
Hey V, do you have a shill? If you don't, it's okay.
Look, I'm just a little guy. I don't have the energy that these two have brought to the table right now. Like, I just drink water, play D&D. Who gives a fuck? All right, just fucking do it.
Play with water, drink D&D.
Wait.
Well, on that note, let's play some D&D. Awesome. Let's roll for that there recap. See who's recapping.
Oh yeah,
I got
yeah,
me
yeah.
a nice 11.
Solid.
I recapped last week, right? That's what we did.
Uh-huh.
And then every time before that, it was Jen.
I'm gonna rely on the dice encounters soft boys dice. Bada boom, bada bing. Check these bad boys out. I don't know if it's working.
Help me, my children.
I got a 13, so...
They helped a little bit. That's a 13.
I got a 14.
Well, it looks like I'll be doing the recap. Woo! All right, cool.
Woo!
So, on the last session, the players gained passage via a rowboat from a father and son, and were taken out to the Franklin Towers Lighthouse. They were doing a quest to gain admittance into the fabled guild. Once they arrived at the lighthouse, they did a thorough investigation, which led them to find the remains of Franklin and Sally Rorchi, as well as the desiccated body of a sea hag bound in iron chains. As Rothamir, or actually I should say as How, relit the lighthouse, they brought a chest back with the remains and a small trinket box with the name Key written on it. And when they got back to the Valley View Guild Hall, Big Blue, the wonderful Lokatha that runs that guild, removed the illusion from their minds, and they were able to see the guild hall in all of its glory. Rothmere and Hope handed over the remains in the trinket box to Big Blue, and he let the party know that Key was the daughter of Franklin and Sally, and lived in Decadale, and that he would send somebody from the guild to deliver this to her. Wonderful, happy things. The group was paid by Tim, the accountant, a grand total of 181 gold pieces. The party checked out the library and then headed to bed. When they woke, they had a discussion of where they wanted to teleport via the teleportation circle in the middle of the guild hall, and the group decided on the Ocular Nomad Guild Hall and traveled there. And that's where we start this game. Oh, do I get inspo? Did I miss it?
You get an inspo, Drew, but hey, for a bonus inspo, one of the party members had an exchange in an alleyway with another character that they respected. Who was the party member, and what was the character that had this exchange?
That would be Hope, and Hope had the exchange with the really cool, really edgy, silent NPC that doesn't have a name, because I never said it unless I did at one point in time.
You did.
Then I
You
don't
did, in
get
fact.
that.
Nabacabbage named them, and yeah, it's one of their party members. Do you remember the name?
I don't. I am not a omniscient DM.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, I don't remember either. Take that bonus inspo anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you did say their name, to be honest.
Nabacabbage introduced his friends, so I do remember that. He introduced both of them because he was like, "This is this and this is this." Hey, forget about it.
This person and that person. You know what? I'll give inspo to anybody in chat who can go find the name of that NPC. What that inspo does, I don't know. We'll figure it out together. But with that, we start at the Ocular Nomad Guild Hall. This wonderful guild hall is located in the island continent of Eldrithian, also known as Eldrithia. As you all got there, you got to see the splendor that is this place. It's this rather large guild hall where it has a giant arcane and brass telescope that reaches up and goes to the ceiling. On the ceiling itself, it has images of stars projected up there like a nighttime sky. And one of the other things you may notice is there's this beautiful tapestry with two dragons in a sort of almost yin and yang kind of positioning. One looking like it's made of like the Aurora Borealis, and the other made of void and stars. And this is what you see teleporting inside of the circle. Agent Lady Hawkeye, I'm going to give you an inspiration because that's who it would have been.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
That is
that's
in fact who
100%.
it was, yeah.
Yeah, Brooke, that check's nice. Heck yeah.
Nice.
Totally writing that into the notes. Yeah. Amazing. Yes. As you get in there, there are people moving about the space. You would probably see a bunch of people over looking at star charts. You would see a small purple kobold speaking to a half elf and a wood elf. The two of them look like they're in a hurry, trying to get out of the guild hall, trying to get out of the conversation they're currently in.
Question that Amiir wouldn't have any connection to, but this is where my brain's going. Does this purple kobold have any gems or anything growing on their head?
He does not.
Okay.
This the best way to describe when you take a look at this small purple kobold, very much has an artificer vibe.
Nice.
Definitely has the goggles with the multifaceted little magnifiers on there. You see like a tool belt around the waist, and a wonderful jacket on that has multiple pockets all over, kind of like what you would see a fly fisherman use, just shoved in with little mechanical parts and gears hanging out.
Cool. Awesome.
I think just purely in response to like the visual energy of just everything being kind of like, oh my god, it's full of stars. I think Hope is going to use a wild shape and take on starry form. But just regular Hope. Just now Hope is also full of stars.
Cool.
Just like stars everywhere.
As Hope does this, if anyone was looking over towards the kobold, you would see the kobold like push these two people they're talking to out of the way and immediately take notice of Hope. See this little kobold just move up.
Hope has not taken any notice of this because Hope is too busy just looking up.
You
I think Amiir gives like a little elbow, and then just like points out the kobold approaching.
You have this kobold, maybe at most 3 foot tall, staring up under you. Hello.
Hello.
New to the guild? Hello, I haven't seen the three of you before. Well, introductions. I'm Gibby. I'm the one who runs this guild hall. It's very lovely to meet you. Who are you? Directing immediately at Hope.
I am Hope. Hello.
It's a lovely name. You're incredible, and wow, I'm so sorry. What are your names? Looking to the other two.
I'm Dierdre.
I'm Amiir. Hey.
Wow. Well, welcome. I have some things to do. Please don't leave until I talk to you again. But please enjoy the guild, and I will return. And you just see him kind of like skitter off and head off down a corridor. Still there would be the half elf and the wood elf making their way towards the front of the building. There seems to be a group of 2 dragonborn off looking at the star charts. No one is at the telescope at the moment. And there is also the bar. The bar is lovely themed. All the glasses are, they look to be hand blown with little like celestial symbols on them, little stars. It's a pretty cool looking place.
V is very into this vibe. Stars. I think like Hope's just gonna kind of watch Gibby go and just be like, Dierdre, why? He's very happy. Why?
Well, presumably from the way that everything's decorated, they're really into celestial things. So, you transforming into a starry person is probably something they really enjoy.
I did not realize. I kind of looks to Amiir for confirmation that that is the correct word.
Here we go. Just realized I had something on the screen. With Gibby going off behind the telescope, Dierdre, you'd be able to see there's a quest board over there as well, very similar to the Valley View. Again, this whole guild hall is very over the top with celestial themes. Like everything has to do with everything. And so it's for me, it's a little comical the way it's set up. It's just slightly over the top. You can definitely tell that Gibby, the kobold that runs this, takes great pride in the cosmos, and it reflects upon the guild.
Well,
Sorry.
No, go for it.
No, I was just gonna ask: is there any like signage or anything like showing like where things would be? Because I think Amiir is just kind of like doing the thing where he's sliding across the ground from the group, not to distance, but just like to look around and just see if there's like a directory or a pamphlet of like welcome, just to like get their bearings on like where we be.
Yeah, over by the Dragonborns, looking at the star chart, there is a map of this island continent. As you look on there, it shows you appear to be in the southwest of the mainland on your own little island continent. And then on this island continent, you are in the southwest currently, right at the base of the Dierdre Mountains.
Okay. And this specifically guild hall, is there anything like detailing like what is here specifically?
Like nearby or inside?
Inside the hall itself, like because there was mentioned like there's the library and then there's some other like things and amenities. Or wait, no, the other places with the library were in Shadow. Is that correct?
So this one does have a smaller library. And
okay, cool.
It is dedicated. So these are some random things you would see on this this signage area. It talks about it has a smaller library dedicated to astronomy and astrology. There's some ancient texts and scrolls that delve into the cosmos. There's of course the aforementioned bar area. There are rooms to stay here. Obviously there's the observatory area, and the gorgeous teleportation circle that's in the center. There also seems to be, unlike the Valley View with the large barred little not platform. Oh goodness.
No,
Stage.
the stage. Yeah.
Unlike having a stage, this one has an art area where you see some artists with easels and other things.
I'm into it.
Amir's gonna head towards the library, but reach into their scarf. Stick with them and come get me if they need me. And then little cat's just gonna and just hop over and just kind of follow them, just like a little noodle. And yeah, Amir's just gonna find somewhere to start reading because there's lots going on here. But he wants to get his bearings, I think, and see if he can learn anything about this area before we get out.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can, go ahead and roll an investigation to see what you find, and then we will get right back to you on your investigation. Hope and Dierdre, what are y'all up to while Amiir disapparates off to the library?
I love the idea that, like, Hope turns around to confirm that their use of the word realize was an appropriate one, and there's just like a dotted line around where Amiir would be. Just a smoke screen, baby. And just that kind of like, oh. That. And Hope points at the telescope. What is that?
Dierdre, you would remember. Actually, you know what? Roll me a percentile dice, Dierdre.
Sure.
The only person who might know what this is no longer with the party. That'd be very embarrassing.
Oops.
What do?
That's a 43.
You have the slightest remembrance of what a telescope is. You don't remember where you've seen one before, but you feel like you've used one before to look off into the cosmos.
Well, you use it to look at, like, the stars?
The minute you say the stars, I just grab your hand. We're going. We're gone. We're moving. We zoot scoot and boot.
See, I've used one before, but I feel like it was a really long time ago. So we might need some help, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's okay. Help is good. Asking for help is good. You said there's no one really using the telescope, but are there still some people kind of around that area?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's, like I said, there's two Dragonborns nearby looking at a star chart. They appear to be in robes of blue and silver. The Dragonborns themselves, one is a black Dragonborn with long, like, dread-like tendrils that come off. And the other is a silver Dragonborn. Apart from that, let's see. Who else might be there? There also happens to be a halfling nearby looking through a scroll on a desk. And a half-elf that is over plotting different spots on a star map.
Everyone looks busy. I think there's going to be a moment of hesitation where Hope's just looking at everyone kind of like very obviously working on things and just like, ooh, I don't want to disturb anyone, but I also want to play with the telescope. Ooh. And then it's just going to very like, just not even like slowly, it's just going to stand like probably a little bit too close to the two Dragonborn and just be like, hi.
They turn around to look at you and like, oh, hello, yes, how might I excuse me, how might we help you today? Are you new to the guild?
Yes, I am Hope. Hello.
Wonderful.
Uh,
And
the-
who is your friend?
oh, Dierdre.
Wonderful. These are amazing names. Have you been to this guild hall before?
No.
Oh, well, I am Aldrich, and this is Funesh,
Finish.
and we study the stars here.
Do you use that?
They look over.
Points to the telescope.
You see Funresh giggle a little bit, and yes, indeed we do.
Can you teach me?
Sure, absolutely. Come with me, and they lead you over to the telescope. Jakey, what does Amiir? What is that investigation?
I had a quick question.
Yes.
Oh, okay, never mind. You answered my question beforehand. Just give me about a moment then. Okay, so that's a 22 for investigation.
Yeah. So you find a book about the area that you're in. You also find a book on it's the creation myth of the multiverse that's there. You also find a book that details the Star Vault, which is the nearby mage college. And you also find a book that recounts some of the calamities of the world.
Okay, noted. Yeah, I think Amir's gonna just start kind of like finding a spot, keeping that. Is the library close enough where like I still have like telepathic range with Pickle, or would I lose that? Let me do. It'd be within 100 feet.
It is within 100 feet.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, every so often I'm just getting Pickle to like feed me details of the conversation. And yeah, just every so often Amir's eyes just fade to losing his irises, which initially I realized before I thought his eyes would go white, but they wouldn't because he doesn't have white Silera. His are like a deep magenta, so they would just keep doing that every so often, just peeking through. But yeah, he's just gonna start reading.
Which book does Amiir start reading?
You know what? I think he would be. He'd leave it a little up to chance because he's a curious boy.
Let's roll a d4.
So that's 2. So what was the second one I got? It was.
The second one was the Star Vault, the Mage College, which is appropriate.
Yeah. Amir's gonna sit down, rest his hand on the face of that one, and yeah, he's gonna open it a little trepidatiously.
Yeah, absolutely. We will get back to what Amiir finds in just a moment. As we get back to Aldrich and Finish with Hope and Dierdre, Aldrich has gotten you over to the telescope. You see he pulls this lever that the telescope rises up a little bit. It seems its last positioning was for Gibby, so very low to the ground, the viewing port, and so it raises up so it's a little easier for you, so you're not having to bend all the way down. Aldrich says, all right, let me just get this positioned perfectly. There's a beautiful constellation I would love you to look at. And you see the whole room seems to just and move instead of just the telescope moving. And as it does, he steps back and says, well, go ahead and have a look.
Have a look.
You take a look through this. You see this gorgeous nebula in the telescope. It's got hints of purple, green, and teal. And you can see little pinpoints of stars all through it. And roll me a perception.
Dang. Where's my mouse? There it is. Let's go, baby. That's an 11. It's very almost a lot better.
enough.
It's fine.
With the 11, you see what I described, and it's really breathtaking to be able to actually. You've seen the night sky before. You've seen it on a really clear night. This blows that out of the water. Being able to see these things much closer up.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is this specific nebula something that I would have seen through my crystal before?
Roll me a percentile.
Okay. I've made mistakes, friends. I've made mistakes. 35.
This is not one you have seen.
Okay. Interesting.
Aldrich, as you're looking through, says, "This is one of my favorite nebulas and constellations up there. This is the Surgeon Nebula, and it has one of the most beautiful star clusters we've ever seen."
Think, sort of like, again, this is probably an unconscious thing, but like, I think there are sort of aspects of that nebula that start to appear on the starry form. Just like, kind of like this is direct inspiration. Or is it plagiarism? Oh god, I've never considered this. Oh god.
Yeah, Deirdre, you'd probably notice this happening to your friend Hope, where like normally where you see like constellations and things whenever Hope does the wild shape, this time you're actually physically seeing like this nebula appear on Hope's skin. It's pretty cool looking. Deirdre, since you're not looking in the telescope, you would definitely see Funesh just kind of like curiously looking at this flumpkin, staring through the telescope, slightly confused as to what's happening.
Same, bud. Same. Yeah, part of me is like, Hope staying here forever. Like, just glued to this telescope. Like, yes, I like this. More of this, please. But I think after a little while, like, Hope would probably ask for more guidance on how to control the telescope.
Yeah, so
like how it actually works, so that like, so that she doesn't have to be babysat, basically.
So Aldrich looks, as Hope asks for this, Aldrich looks to Deirdre and says, "I hope you don't mind if we do show. If there's anything you would like to go visit in the guild hall, you're more than welcome to.
Oh,
Or if you'd like to stay here and learn as well, that is wonderful. We love to teach."
I'm just like looking down at Pickle, and I'm like, it's like we're being babysat right now, and like, if I go over there.
We
just trying to see if Pickle's giving me eyes, like if I start going away.
Pickle just waggles eyebrows.
Pickle like would fall. Okay, wait. So you're saying babysit? Are you referring to Pickle being the one babysitting, or are you saying? Oh, okay. I like at first I was just like the people there. I think I'm just gonna roll a 50-50 how Pickle would interpret that. Yeah, I think Pickle just gives like a kind of like shrugs and starts heading back for the library then. It's like, well, if you don't want to be babysat, basically.
Well, I was just meaning more like, if I go over there, then Pickle's gonna have to like go back and forth, like.
Oh, okay. Then I think Pickle just kind of like lays in the middle of the ground, rolls one way, looks the other. It's like, I can see the room, sort of.
Okay. Well, in that case, I mean, I wouldn't mind coming back over here later, but I don't want to be a damper on their enthusiasm. So, I'm gonna go do some. Gonna do some finger painting or whatever they're doing over there.
Yeah,
sounds interesting to me.
So,
I don't think they're finger painting, but they might be.
As you go and walk up to see this artist area, You've maybe never seen anything quite like this. There's canvases and easels, but there's also this touch of like magic art in a way. Occasionally you'll see like a paintbrush like waft through the air, go dab itself in paint, and then return to the hand of someone painting in there. There's 4 open canvases at the moment, and it looks like there are 3 other artists either painting, sketching, doing things. One of them that you would see would be a fire genasi. Another you'd see over there is another kobold, and then a ladrin who is currently exhibiting winter traits.
Startled me so much.
What did?
Nothing. Nothing.
The Eladrin pulling that face.
Can't see it, but I'm wiggling my eyebrows. Like, does it seem like any of them are like making magical paintings at the moment? Because like that seems really interesting.
It appears the fire genasi currently is. The other 2 are one is doing the kobold is doing sketching, and the eladrin is currently gathering materials. It looks like they're about to start some sort of art.
Okay. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody make a magical painting before, so like that's really interesting. I'm just like gonna walk up to their side and just kind of say that, like, you know, that's really interesting what you're doing. Do you mind if I watch?
He glances up. His hair is wreathed of flame, but as you stand close, it's not like uncomfortably warm by any means. And he looks at me and says, "Oh, saw, dude. Yeah, no, you can totally come watch." Oh, what's your name?
My name's Dierdre. I don't quite get the dialect that you're speaking from. Where are you from?
I'm from here, I'm from there, I'm from just about everywhere, my dude. But my name's Sundrop. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well, Sundrop. I feel like you are aptly named.
Are you like a practitioner of the magical arts?
I am a practitioner of magical art, but I don't think I've ever made a painting that was magical before.
This is radical. I love this. Here, grab an easel. Come on, come join. Oh no, I know, you're speechless. I get it.
Oh no. Sorry, Terry keeps moving like a cork. Okay. Cool. Terry, you need to calm down. But yeah, I'll grab an easel. I'll do it. We'll do it. It'll happen.
As you grab this easel and move it over, he like slides it even closer next to his, and there's a book next to him, and he like slides it in front of you. He's like, "Can you like read like magical script and shit?"
I guess it depends on the script.
This one happens to be written in Primordial. It's pretty cool, but if not, I can totally transcribe it for you. We got this.
Okay. Yeah, I don't understand Primordial that I'm aware of, but I can do my best, you know?
All right, the best is all we can ask for. Let's do this. And the two of you you see these like paintbrushes like floating up and moving around. You see this paint palette move in front of you. He ends up asking you like what kind of colors you want to use and things like that. And then we go over to Amiir. You're in this kind of zone of looking into the book. You're learning a lot of really awesome things about the Star Vault, which is the Eldrithian Mage College. You find out that, let's see, about how long do you think you feel like you've been reading it for?
Well, Amiir would take a little break, actually, Dribby-Dooby-Doo, because I mentioned Pickle has been, like, tapping in and out of vision, and something's been happening with Hope, and there's something I forgot I could do, so if it'd be so cool with you, by Pickle's going to start making bickies on Hope's foot while they're sparkling, and I'm going to cast Identify through Pickle.
Wow.
Oh, okay. You about to find out a lot more than I know. Oh, geez. Oh, me oh my.
Hence the O
That
face
face. Yeah.
thing. I shouldn't call that my O face. Maybe it is. Maybe this info is going to be really good. O face of Om-formation, baby.
Hey, Jakey. Know your stuff.
Know your stuff.
Know your stuff.
So
what's going on here, DM?
So
do you want us to leave? Should we go?
Are these magic shoes?
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Are we currently casting Identify on Hope?
I'm casting on Hope. Yeah, Amiir already knows the deal with the
Okay.
shoes. So Pickle would like probably come up and start like scratching at like pantaloons and whatnot. And yeah. So and I'm using a spell slot for it, so I don't have to sit there and ritual with like yeah.
Straight up, if Pickle is like clawing at Hope's leg, Hope will just pick Pickle up and like put them like on the shoulders, and so Pickle's gonna have full access to like.
Oh yeah,
touch and
Pickle's
stuff.
absolutely sitting there just like making bickies. Bakery's open, baby.
So I'm gonna play this a little bit differently than what you're probably expecting. Since you're casting this through Pickle, and you're looking through Pickle's eyes while doing this, you're gonna receive images, not necessarily comprehensive information, but you're gonna see visions of things. You're gonna see the first thing Pickle would see with this Identify spell is a colony of flumps down in the Underdark. You would get this quick flash of vibrant colors being emitted from the flumps, and then it cuts over to this glowing crystal down in the ground. And you see two flump tentacles go down to pick it up. And as these two tentacles pick it up, you watch as the two tentacles slowly turn into three-fingered hands. And you see this sort of transformation occur. And as this is transforming, you start seeing little dots of brilliant light flowing up the fingertips, up into the arms. You see this creature, you're looking through its eyes now. This flump has feet, and this just overwhelming sensation of feet. what is comes over you, and then it flashes again over to images of these animals that look almost like they're made of the Aurora Borealis. And it's just quick flashes of images of different animals. And then finally it ends with a vision of you, Amiir. And that's what you pick up through this Identify spell.
I think, yeah, Pickle after that stops making bickies, And I think Amiir is just kind of sitting upright in the library for a hot second. And is there anything distinctive in these visions of the Underdark? Because Amir's not necessarily like he's not a tour guide of the Underdark, but he's been through a significant like portion of it through other means. Is there anywhere that like the Hive of Flumps and specifically the stone where Amiir could like pinpoint or think like would be near that?
Roll me a history. And for this one, we're going to do it at advantage since you are from the Underdark.
That's a 26.
With a 26, when you're...
You got map coordinates, baby.
With a 26, as you saw the images of the Flump colony, off in the distance, you saw these jagged green-black towers in the distance. You immediately recognize those as one of the 3 Illithid colonies down in the Underdark. The one off down to the southeast.
And I'm going to assume with Amir's knowledge and whatnot, I know what the Illithids are, yes?
Yeah. It's very possible you may have encountered one before, although it must have been in a weakened state.
Yeah, I think Amiir rests their head back on the bookshelf they're sitting by. But also, I think... Oh, no. Oh, Amiir and Jakey are having a realization that I don't think we should be having. Now Jakey takes a turn to go, oh, and Amiir goes, and How from there goes, Pickle for fun goes, what'd you think I was going to make Pickle say? No, okay, that,
Say, feel free to text me that if you'd like, to keep that one a secret if you'd like.
Yeah, Amir's gonna go back to their book. Somebody walks in, what are you reading? A really scary book.
Loki's sweat dripping down.
I have a question. Well, I have a question and a statement. The statement is, Jakey, the crystal in the vision. You've seen that. You've seen that because Hope has it on their staff.
So you have the whole thing with you?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, that doesn't make me feel better, and if anything, that actually makes what I'm thinking infinitely worse. Anyway.
Fair enough. My question is, given that Pickle is on my shoulders, am I picking up on this distress in any way?
It's fully through Amiir. I don't know if Pickle would translate that. I think Pickle's just giving information, because it's... Does Pickle... No, because I have to choose to be telepathic. Yeah, no, Amiir would keep this fully to himself as much as possible, this panic. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Hey, you're all... Hey, you're doing great. You're all good. Look at us. Hey, there is nothing to fear. Everything is fine. I wouldn't lie to you.
With that, Hope, you're there, and Aldrich is showing you how the levers work to rotate this like room area. He's also shown levers and pulleys that move the angle of this telescope. This telescope is massive. It's at least 60 feet long. And goes outside the top of this building. It's interesting though, the ceiling around it has enclosed around it, so it doesn't really matter if it's night or day outside. Right now, you don't know what time it is outside, but it appears that way. As you're moving this telescope around, you start seeing other stars. One in particular is incredible. It's this vibrant teal that lets off little like plasma winds that are a deep blue in color. And as you keep moving around, you find one of the 3 moons that orbits this planet. This one, very dark stoned, incomplete. You've seen the 3 moons before. You know one of them has a permanent crescent moon because it's been destroyed partially. But this one you're looking at is the largest of the 3. And Aldrich says, well, what have you been finding?
He would know exactly what I've been finding because they keep appearing on me.
So in that case, he looks at you and says, I see you found the moon of Talgin. It's a beautiful one.
Why is it half?
Oh, the half one there. That one would be Delamira. That one, we have stories of what had happened, but it realistically happened thousands of years ago. But for the stories, as far as they go, there was the elven goddess Delamira, and she had gotten in a fight with another deity and died. And when she had died, the moon was destroyed. What's interesting, though, is it sent shards of the moon down to the planet here. And they're beautiful blue crystals. You can find them in crater sites. They call them Delamiran crystals. I know that the Moon Forge uses those crystals quite a lot. Have you ever met any of the members of the Moon Forge?
No.
Oh, they're an interesting group. They're an order of, I believe, 100 members, and they're devout worshippers of the Orchid Queen. I know that they use these Delamiran crystals to light their soul lanterns that they carry to fight the shadows.
Orchid Queen.
So,
She is fear for some people.
I would agree on that sentiment. She's the elven goddess of death, so I could see why many people would be afraid of her. I mean,
I have seen people when they are fear. Afraid.
Ah,
Afraid.
yes, absolutely. I honestly don't know of many people that wouldn't be afraid of death.
Death is I think, strange for others. For me, not so scary.
Is it, if you don't mind me asking, is it a religious thing or just a state of mind? I know there are devout followers of deities that do not fear death, as that's their entrance way to the realms of their deities.
Faith, for me, no. But my thoughts, my memories will live on in the collective. And I think as Hope says that, they think for a second and then like unconsciously touch the little friendship bracelet on their wrist. Because not everything is going to the collective. So in a way, I will not die.
Well, that's quite beautifully put. I couldn't disagree with that myself. I too have no faith in the deities. I know they exist, but not one is called out to me in particular, so I don't know. My study is here in the stars, and maybe one day that's where I'll end up.
That nice thought. Good thought.
Indeed. Oh. Here, let me show you what this lever does. And he goes to pull another lever and continues to show. Back with you, Dierdre. As you sit there with Sundrop, he's just going off. You see, you take a better look at Sundrop as you do. Sundrop's covered in paint, like head to toe.
Hell yeah.
Very messy artist. And he'll glance over at the book and he'll like point, and occasionally like a smudge of paint will cover up some words. And he's like, oh, that's not good. And uses a little bit of prestidigitation, cleans the paint off the book. And in this time that you've been sitting, you've learned a few kind of small spells to where you can make paint do things. It's almost like learning a very simplified mage hand, if you will. And it's more, he goes on to say, he's like, so like, are you like, I don't mean to put any like assumptions into this, but like, are you like a bard?
Looks at the back, has like instrument in the hands, like, yeah. I guess you could say that.
Oh, that's cool. You're like a musical bard. You do like band stuff. I'm more of a painting bard myself. It went out to the Bard College up in Malgram. It was pretty cool. A full ride scholarship, dude. It was great. But yeah. So this is cool. Are you just trying to like learn a new medium, or are you just doing it for fun? Like, yeah, what's your deal? Like, what's up?
I mean, I guess like any opportunity to learn is important.
You can say that again. That's yeah, dude.
Well, and like I've always found like the arts a very soothing, I guess. So I guess being given the opportunity to put like my thoughts into like a tangible medium sounds like very fulfilling work.
Nah, I totally get it, because like normally you're putting your art into like song and music, and so like it's not a real tangible thing. Like, don't get me wrong, music is great. Like, without music, I'd be lost. But like being able to put my art onto a canvas, dude, wow. This has been a real fun conversation. You're real neat.
Well, you're neat as well, Sundrop. I guess like because you taught me a bit, so maybe I'll try to do my own thing for a little bit.
Yeah, go crazy with it.
But I do have to ask, because we are in the guild hall. Are you like part of an adventuring group, or do you just like hang out here sometimes?
Well, you see, I was part of an adventuring group, but then I kind of got kicked out a little bit, but that's all right, because I'm going to start my own adventuring group. And since I was already a member of the guild, they kind of let me stay, which is real nice of them. I mean, Gimmy's the best, but You know, this is just a cool place where you don't have to pay rent and you can just chill and make some art.
Interesting.
I mean, it's like
Well-
living the dream, man. It's living the dream.
Well, I mean, like, if you ever need people to travel with, there's always me and my friends. But they, you know, I guess I'd have to ask, though.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But if they want a companion, I would totally join. But for the time being, man, I gotta get my art down to Eldrithian, you know, and gonna try and make some money off of it, you know, and that way I can afford some things and not feel too bad about kind of, I don't know, just loafing around a little bit. But sometimes, you know, in life, you just gotta loaf around. You just gotta be that loaf, dude.
Yeah, you gotta, sometimes you gotta proof the bread before.
Whoa, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude. You get it. Well, all right, if you need any help or anything, or if you need some more utensils, like, I know Gertrude's over there, and you just look over and this halfling's just like giving the evil eye back over to Sundrop. Like, Gertrude over there has got like the full sketchbook and everything. Totally will let you borrow some. But yeah, if you need anything, just let me know.
I will definitely do that. Yeah, I mean, if you need anything, you just let me know.
Well, if you happen to know how to cook, I would love some za, dude.
I don't know how to cook. Just like turns away. I'm just gonna work on this painting now.
You see, he immediately just goes back into his own little thing. He's listening to some kind of music, but you don't see any active way of him being able to. He's just marching to the beat of his own drum. He's just having a great time.
He's got his own theme music going on in his head.
Yeah, no, 1000%. And
Very
it's
good.
In his head, it's just playing. Turtles count it off.
I am a little offended that you went with that one rather than the OG one, but sure, okay.
Because it's the better sounding one.
fighting word.
Friendship with Jakey ended.
That's okay. This dude's gonna be my new friend now.
It's okay, guys. He said he'll travel with us if we really want him to.
Bummer, dude.
It was the fact that when you were describing him going back to doing his own thing, it was that particular dance you did that just fucking nailed it. I was just like,
Gotta catch some waves, you know?
Dude, out on the coast.
Dude, you were
they've
like,
got,
whoa. And then like, whoa.
Dude, Eldrithian's got the best waves, man. They're fucking killer, dude.
I know you haven't heard of Prague, but I go there all the time.
Amiir, you're in your book. You stressed out a little bit, but
A little bit.
You're learning some cool things about the Star Vault.
What cool things am I learning there, gamer?
Yeah. So, roughly, let me do a little clicky click right here. Let's see.
I also should ask while you're doing, when was this particular book printed? Like, how recent is this information I am reading?
Looks fairly recent.
Okay, cool.
Like the book binding on the back is still nice and snug against the book.
Nice.
It actually has a really nice copy of a painting on the front of the college itself. You find out that around 2,000 years ago, there was a person by the name of Radithor Thoth of Room, who had created this college. And it originally had started as this place for arcane study. It had eight bastions on the edges, and formed like this star shape. And each of these bastions was related to one of the schools of magic. And in that, you continue to read. Over the years, you see this mention of something called the conflux. And there's not a lot of information about it, but it's something that the Star Vault wielded at one point in time. And it mentions the Shattered Southlands and states that the Shattered Southlands were actually a result of the conflux being used at one point in time. Apparently, Eldrithia and mainland Dacus once were connected by a land bridge, and that land bridge no longer exists in the world. You've seen maps of this world now. That land bridge is just small islands in between the two. So you kind of learn that Eldrithia used to, be a part of the mainland. You continue reading on that Radithor ended up leaving the Star Vault, and his son, Kymil, came in to run the college after that. And that's pretty much where it leaves off there. You see some mentions of Hermatia and the Moonforge being on a ley line. So it's the three areas are on these magic ley lines. And that's about the gist of what you pick up from the book in the short amount of time you've read.
So if Amiir, because Amir's going to go back and forth, is the college is currently open now, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And looking back at the map you had looked at when you first walked in, the Star Vault is in the capital city of Eldrithian, which is right down the mountain from where y'all are right now.
Okay. I think while Amiir is flipping through and reading, there's in like older fancy books when they have that kind of what's the word I'm looking for? When they use pointillism to shade things into those black and white images, I think there would be an image of the room where the 8 and the leader meet, that kind of pointed star area of each of the schools of magic. And I think Amiir just stares at that for a really long time. And I think his hand starts to like grip and get like a little white knuckled, like he wants to pull out the page, but then he just keeps flipping and reading as much as he can.
Absolutely. Hope. What's up? What are we doing? You still looking through the telescope?
Yeah, I think like having kind of like not necessarily mastered, but got a good grasp on how the telescope works.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hope is looking for something familiar, something that she's seen before.
Yeah.
There's nothing specific about it. It's just something that she would have seen before, whether it's looking up at the night sky or something through the crystal, just to find something that like she has seen before so she can essentially get a better look at it.
Yeah.
Just the novelty of this is still very much like...
As you're rolling through, you're getting to look at like these beautiful stars and nebulas. There's one as you pass by it. You kind of go over it real quick and then come back to it. There's this black void, and it has this thin line of light around it, and it draws in your attention. And for the first time, like your body is picking up all these images of all these things. This one doesn't appear on your body. Oh, did we lose audio?
Maybe.
Let's see.
I can hear on my end.
Yeah, everything sounds...
just reboot Twitch. Should be working. But yeah, this is what you see. You see this. It's just like this black void with this thin beam of light that stretches like a line in front of it.
So it's not familiar, but it catches my eye.
It feels familiar.
Oh, shit. I think I will ask. Sorry, I've just realized. Agent has no audio, and we verbally told them to refresh the stream.
Yeah. Or, we know what we're doing. We're great.
We're professionals.
Professionalism.
Professionals.
But yeah, no, it has this vague familiarity to you.
Okay. I will kind of step back from the telescope, just so that, because obviously it's not showing up on me, so to get a proper look at it, he's gonna have to use the telescope, and I'm just gonna go, this different. What is?
Aldrich looks. He's this. Oh, well, I don't know. I'll take a look, and he looks down. He's like, I mean, I can't really tell what it is. There's a star cluster here, but I don't. What is it you're trying? What is it that you see?
I'm gonna have another look. I can still see it, right?
Mm-mm. I mean, don't get me wrong. This star cluster is a gorgeous one.
Okay. Hang on. I need to. Okay. Just gonna make a quick roll for my benefit. Yeah. Okay. I saw something else. It's gone now. But not fast like star whoosh. It go black round light.
Well, from what you're describing, it sounds like a black hole, but those are stationary objects in the night sky.
What is black hole?
So, from what we understand of black holes, there's two options. One of which is they're portals to other planes of existence. And occasionally they could open and shut. There's some ancient races out there that would use portals out in the astral sea, but the other is when we believe when a star is far too large and it implodes in on itself, and the gravity of that collapses, and it starts pulling matter from around it inside it.
If portal, maybe just close.
That's very possible.
Maybe.
But that's the great thing about the astral sea and, space in itself, is everything is very far away.
Yes.
So, not to be harsh on it, but hopefully it's someone else's problem.
Yes. I think so. This entire time, Hope has been radiating a joy that can probably be felt halfway across the room. And I think for the first time in this conversation, it's just reined in quite a bit. Just like, oh no, that's
I
But
know
yes,
there are those that fear the cosmos with its grandeur and how large it is. But I look at it this way, Hope. I look that we are small insignificance on a small rock floating through the cosmos, and being part of that cosmos, it's wonderful to get to look back out at it. So, there are scary things out there, but we are relatively safe on our tiny little rock.
I do not fear much about everything. To me is unknown. If I fear the unknown, I stop. I have to. So I don't.
It's a very good way of looking at that.
Thank you for teaching me.
Absolutely, anytime. I find me and my brother here, we tend to stay here. We're not much for adventure in the way of the world, but we enjoy the adventure of learning of the cosmos, like you could say. But yes, feel free. You now understand how this telescope works. This lever here lets you kind of zoom in and out. You can get a closer look at things if you happen to find anything. And if you just see one of the lenses in the middle of the telescope just sliding back and forth. You hear this slight like noise of it like grinding a little bit from being moved so much. He says, if you need anything at all, we'll be right over there.
Okay.
Dierdre, how's your painting looking?
I don't know. I just like kind of, Dierdre like does this thing sometimes when she's like just composing to herself, where she just kind of like doesn't really like think of anything in particular, just kind of like lets her hands do whatever they want. And that's like kind of what she's doing with this painting. Just kind of like letting it go where it wants to go. Like not trying to make anything in particular. Letting shapes be shapes. The usual.
Very abstract feel to it.
Just kind of like, just letting her hands do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
Like she's like tried to think of something to paint for a little bit, and then was like, I don't even know if I can paint. So it's just like, just letting kind of like her hands do whatever they want to do, like whatever feels right, Yeah,
I love that. Amiir, as you're reading more into this book, you come across some more info. Apparently at the Mage College, the dormitory area of the divination section of the school imploded.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone who was inside in the entire section of that building vanished at some given point in time, roughly 200 to 300 years prior to current events now.
Does this line up with the timeline of people describing like seeing into the divine and like kind of losing their gourd a little bit?
It does.
Okay. And what exactly happened? Sorry, if you could refresh me.
The way
divination wing.
The way it's described in the book is that they have different wings for each of the 8 schools of magic there, and the whole section for the divination section just imploded and vanished. including everyone who was inside. That includes the students, the archmage of that division. All of them just vanished.
Does this now? This is getting into area of like the school had a tragedy thing, so I'm assuming it's not going to be supreme detail. But is this like described as an implosion in the sense of there was rubble and debris and the school had to be rebuilt, or was this implosion and everything was gone?
It was an implosion of everything is gone.
Okay.
Eventually, the school did rebuild that section, except for it's now a the way the book describes it is it's now a place of remembrance, and a local a local. So sorry.
That's okay.
A local church called the Sisterhood of the Grieving Day has set up a mourning place here in that section of the school for people that can go and, you know, do remembrances and things for those who were in that section.
And this implosion happened about 200 years ago?
Roughly 200 to 300 years ago. The book's kind of vague on the timeline.
Okay. There's a question I want to ask, but I'm going to message you because I think this is a private question thing.
Okay.
Do you want us to deafen, maybe?
We can go to secret player.
It's a fairly short question, so I mean, yeah, you know, I guess I don't mind. Okay. I'm going to try and use as vague language as possible.
Actually, here, before you do that, you two, deafen. I won't put you off screen. We'll just have you deafen for a moment. I'll give you a thumbs up when we're ready. All right. Well, almost. There we go. All right.
So my question is, does the disappearance of the divination wing line up with Amir's reappearance in this plane?
Yes.
I really was hoping you wouldn't say that, but I knew you were gonna. Okay. Oh, I don't like that. Okay. When that happened, did Amiir reappear where this happened, or was Amiir somewhere else in the school?
So Amiir would have appeared somewhere else in the school, roughly same time.
Okay. Okay, that's it for my question.
All right.
Thank you. I don't like that.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thank you for those fun facts about kittens and stuff. It's so cool.
Absolutely. We love our little displacer kittens. They're such cool little creatures. The last thing you would the book's not very long, and it's giving very like, vague descriptions of the school and things.
It's giving vague. Sorry.
So the last thing you would have read in this book in particular was that Radithor used this power of the conflux, which it doesn't go over at all, but it was used twice. The first was when the Great Blight happened. There was it goes into small detail of this. There was a Lich Druid who had this, they describe it as a sacred grove that was in a warring part of the world at the time. And when the druid became a lich, this grove started expanding and was taking over the entire continent of Daucus. And Radithor used this power to pretty much smite down this Lich Druid and brought normalcy back to the world. In the second event, it's talked about that Radithor had used this power for a second time when Eldrithia and the Krieg Eldrifts were at war with each other. And one thing led to another, and it's, again, very vague. But it mentions that... It mentions that that's how the Shattered Southlands were created.
Okay. Is there any imagery or anything of what the conflux looks like or was specifically, or is it just like referenced by name?
Referenced by name only.
Okay. I don't want to make everybody deafen again, but I have another follow-up question.
You heard it here, you two. Heaven up.
I'm sorry.
And we're good.
So, has Amiir seen the conflux?
No.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, and with the timeline and stuff. Okay, cool. That's it. That's all I wanted to know.
That's all. We just got two cute beans with their
Put Psyduck down.
swole duck.
Hi. it's swole like a clock. Let's go, baby.
That's all we get. That's all we get.
So we get.
For the rest of the session.
For those listening on the podcast side of this, Jen just had up a box with the imagery of swole duck in front of the camera.
Psyduck but jaked.
Yes. But yes.
Psyduck on protein.
It's been a couple hours for the three of you doing, your own individual task. What would y'all like to be doing now?
Is Pickle still on my shoulders?
I don't know. Is Pickle?
I think Pickle's like kind of roaming around the room just to like check in if anybody needs anything, but I think if it's a good like 10-20 minutes where like Dierdre's just painting and Hope is just vibing, I think Pickle would find like a comfy place. So if that's on a shoulder or just sitting down, then that's what would be going on. But yeah, I think Pickle is just waddling about. However, Pickle though is not Pickle's eyes don't change pink anymore.
Mm-hmm. I think after having kind of like looked at a couple more things in the sky, just because it's so cool. Oh my god, it's so cool. Hope is going to find Pickle. Give him a little fuss under the chin. And then telepathically tell Pickle, I think we need to talk.
If Pickle is spoken to telepathically, can Pickle respond? How does that work? I played a lot of D&D. I don't think anyone's ever used telepathy on a familiar before that I can think of.
So in this homebrew world, familiars are of the same. They're either conjured spirits from different planes. So they do have their own sentience, but they also do have their loyalty still, right? So with that, I think Hope could telepathically communicate via emotion through Pickle.
Cool. Did you say through or to?
2.
Okay, cool.
I might have said 3.
That's why.
But it is 2.
Yeah, I was confused a little bit, but all good.
That's funny because I was aiming for through.
That's what I kind of figured, but that's why I was like, would it go to like Amiir would hear it, but I don't think Amiir can like. I guess Amiir technically could to be like, hey, Pickle, pass this message. But I don't. I think just hearing that, Pickle would like nod and then hop down and just scoot towards the library.
Then I will follow Pickle.
So following Pickle, you head around this like wall. You take a second to glance up. You see Dierdre up there with this very interesting looking abstract painting. And then you see Sundrop up there as well, just like vibing out. At this point, like all the brushes have been pushed off to the side and he's just straight up just like slapping the canvas with paint with his own hands.
I thought you were gonna say he had like glow sticks or something. I was just like,
yeah, I'm here for it. But you round the wall because the room in which the observatory is very rounded. You round this round wall. And it comes to another door. There's a hallway that continues down, and it looks like it goes to a staircase that goes up. One might assume that's where the rooming is here. But as you enter into this doorway, there's a small library, and sitting on the ground in the corner with a book, you would see Amiir.
I think I will approach, but like leave a little distance because like I think at this point Hope probably knows that when Amiir is reading, Amiir isn't necessarily super aware of the immediate surroundings and doesn't want to spook him.
I think Amiir is sitting like on like a chair or something, and there's just the book like in Amir's lap, and Amiir doesn't sit like that very often. It's like Hope enters and Amiir is like sitting there like staring at the door, a little pensively. And then I think the second like Hope enters, Amiir just looks to Pickle, and Pickle would like kind of nod and back out, and Pickle's gonna go run and grab Dierdre as well. Amiir slowly gets up and returns the first book that they read.
You changed when you looked through the lens. Has that happened before?
No, but this is new place. Place. Not right word. Seeing things from outside? Good. Seeing things through telescope? Amazing.
What is it you wanted to talk about, Hope?
Amir's not looking at Hope. Amir's still looking at the bookshelf.
Something I saw. Do you know black hole?
Like what a black hole is?
Yes.
A black hole usually is when something light collapses on itself. It causes all energy and mass to...
And like Amiir immediately realizes is just like, I'm using very big words for someone who is still like a telepath. And so Amiir would kind of think for a bit. And I think at this point, probably like Pickle, or I'm gonna look through Pickle's eyes. Is Dierdre like deep in painting? Like, would that be a kind of a dick move if like I sent Pickle to like grab Dierdre right now, or is Dierdre just like kind of doing this more chill?
Oh, she lost in the sauce.
Oh, okay. If
I
she
was gonna
lost,
say that as a bit, but damn.
if she's super into it, then I think Pickle would like wait in sight of Dierdre and like and every so often like kind of look up, like, but not show any urgency, because Pickle's got their little bell, and I think like when Pickle like starts scrambling, you know, but Pickle's pretty chill and it's just like, you got time to paint, but you know, when you can, team meeting. But Amiir, Amiir takes rests their thumb on the back of their scalp and runs their finger almost like someone running a match gently, and then flicks one of those small images that they create with encode thoughts that they've been using for the scrapbooking and whatnot, and places on a table a star, and telepathically, when Hope and Amiir would look at it, this image starts to move, and it shows the star essentially humming and vibrating until it collapses on itself, going fully inward. There's nothing left, and then an expulsion of force, and Amiir would show us some rocks and things going through the process of, fun fact, spaghettification. There's a word for y'all. Where essentially the matter is so dense and tight and pulled, where it is just showing things being rendered, and it is, I think the imagery Amiir is showing is Amiir is trying to show a natural cosmic process, but with A, the information Amir's just gathered, and B, personal things. I think this is getting shown as truly violent as it really is, as it is something bright, powerful, causing an explosion, a supernova, and then it is pulling and destroying everything around it. And
Question.
Yeah.
Would it have a ring of light around it?
A black hole specifically, I think black holes are like the direct absence. So this is Jakey's information, so I'm not sure. Would Amiir have an answer to that? Because I'm playing with the information of like what Jakey knows, and Amir's smarter than Jakey. So if I can give a fun fact, I feel like Amiir could.
With the knowledge, yes. There, if it was pulling in a star or other light source, then
that's what I kind of figured.
The light would be wrapped around the black hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think Amiir would convey that like that's possible. In most cases, it is literally a pure absence of light because there's no way it can travel through it.
I think watching this with a detached interest, I think, in the understanding how this is how black holes are made, but obviously with the, extra Amiir flavoring that's happening right now. Kind of not like, ooh, something, ooh, that's not good. I think Hope would probably be crouched next to this to kind of get like the full kind of visual. Look up at Amiir and just ask consent.
For what exactly?
I saw black hole vanish.
Is this because this is Jakey Flair? Is Hope asking Amiir to look into Hope's head to see, or is Hope looking to look in Amir's head?
Hope is asking for and this is something that I think these two characters would have established. Hope is asking for permission to essentially project the image of what she saw to Amiir. It's not a case of I'm looking at something. It's I'm giving you this. Essentially, I'm giving you this video, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Amiir would nod and allow this. And
so you would see what Hope originally saw, and then sort of like a short smash cut edit of the brief conversation of, oh, it's not there anymore, and then looking and seeing that it's not there anymore.
Amiir, what you see is exactly what you've described to V. You see this black void in the sky, and there's this ring. You don't see it as a ring. It looks like a flat line of light in front of it, and then the vision of it just dissipates, and you see what V saw, or I'm sorry, what Hope saw when looking through the telescope for a second time. And this is where we're gonna take a break real quick, and we'll be back in 15 minutes. So don't miss out. Come back. Some crazy lore. It's all been tonight. Ow! Lore. Oh, it's me, Drew. You know, the DM for the game that you're currently watching. Well, hey, do I have something for you? Are you been wanting to make your own dice? You know, make dice for yourself, make dice for your friends, start your own dice business. You just don't know where to start? Well, let me tell you, over at diceencountersdice.com, I sell molds. Not just any molds, but dice molds. They're pretty great. Look at them. Look at it. You get a set of 7, and you can choose which D4 or which D12 you want to do. You want to make caltrop ones so you can safeguard your family in the middle of the night and stop any would-be intruders? Boom, you can do it. You want a more cool shape, like these nice crystal-shaped ones? Do it. It's up to you. But currently, right now, I've got sales on molds going on because I'm going to be moving soon. And so I'm going to have to close up shop for a couple months. So now's the time to get them. If you want to learn how to make your own dice, well, you can get small ones. You can get big ones. You can do ones where it comes with 2, and you can do like a blank dice inside of a numbered dice. The possibilities are limitless, you know? So if I've ever said anything in my life, it would be this. If you want to learn how to make your own dice, well, I'll teach you. I got you. So come here. No, come here. Come. Hey, guess what? You can buy some dice. Dice molds. Yeah, you know, sorry, this is unhinged, but you know, we're here for it. This is D&D. So, okay, there you go. Anyways, long story short, diceencountersdice.com. Buy your molds. Start your own business. You know, do whatever you want to do. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, but I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. So let's, I don't know, we can get back to the show. So bye, love you, mwah, kisses. We back. Most of us are back. We're back. Most of us are back. Hey, hi everyone. Welcome back. Jakey's taking a momentary stroll somewhere. I think Jakey left to go get milk.
Or cigarettes.
And hopefully we'll come back.
I really hope Jakey didn't go for cigarettes, because we all know how that ends, and I'm not ready to say goodbye to Papa Amiir yet.
So, you know, let's get back to it. Dierdre, we will start with you.
Yes.
Dierdre, you've been lost in the sauce with this painting. What kind of colors have you been using?
I kind of just like once again, I'm just like, I'm letting this painting do what it wants to. So I just kind of like picked a bunch of stuff and like just threw it on a palette, just like no rhyme or reason. Just kind of like, was like, maybe I need lots of this, maybe I need lots of that. And just kind of like, once again, just like letting my hands do whatever the hell they wanted. Because I'm just letting myself go, do the thing, like paint a beautiful portrait. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's not a portrait. Maybe it's a landscape. Maybe there's some happy little trees. I don't know. Just let myself like do the thing.
You come out of your like little trance that you were in, and as you do, you look on the canvas. It's very colorful, and also at the same token very abstract. You take a look at it, and it really reminds you of the Feywilds. You see lots of pastels and very colorful landscape, and it brings not necessarily a memory back to you, but the smell. There's a smell that wafts in the air for you for a moment, looking at this painting, and you can't place where you remember it from, but it's soft and has hints of rose and tea and old books. And just as soon as the smell is there, it vanishes away. And now out of the trance, you hear Sundrop off in the corner. He's like, "Ah, dude, that looks sick!"
Oh, thank you.
I knew it. I knew when I saw another fellow bard coming up to do some painting. I knew it was going to be good. Even with no, not even saying that, because that's a non-compliment. We don't do those here. You know what? It's amazing. I love your art.
Thank you. I don't know how I feel about it, but
How does it's not about how you feel about it. How does it make you feel?
how does it make me feel?
Yeah, like, do you get any like vibes or like emotions? Like, what's going on in that noggin, dude?
Roll for emotional impact.
Yeah. Let's roll for emotional impact. What is that? How do I feel about this?
I don't know. How do you feel about it? You could roll a wisdom to see how you feel about it.
Sure. Is that a wisdom save or just straight wisdom?
Just straight wisdom.
They're the same.
Straight wisdom.
Got none of that around here.
16 for a flat wisdom check.
I would say, I mean, this is your character, but I would say it would probably be more on the positive side of how you feel about this painting.
I mean,
It kind of maybe reminds you a little bit of home.
yeah, there's some nostalgia there. There's some, some longing. And it's kind of nice, But I have to ask the painting a question because I'd be remiss without asking it. Do you want to exist?
Wow. That's like a heavy question, dude, but like, yeah, I guess so. I mean, in kind of different contexts, you know? If I could like exist as like an ethereal being and just like be everywhere at once, that would be like mind-bending, dude. But like, are you just like more of like just existing in life? Because that's not a good way to live, my dude.
Oh, it's more something I was taught before. Like, if you make anything, you have to like have the decency to ask it if it wants to exist or not.
Whoa, I didn't even realize you were like talking to the painting.
Yeah. No, I can't ask you if you want to exist or not. Yeah, I can't do that, sorry. But yeah, I like, if it doesn't answer, then I guess it's my choice, but like, or if it's incapable of answering, then I just let it be. But if it does answer that it doesn't want to exist, then we have a duty to give it its choice.
These are some like really heavy thoughts, dude, and I don't know if I can handle that unless I got some of that Zaza, but you know, like, man, let me tell you, you're probably one of the coolest people I've met that came into this place. So I just like, wow, you know.
Oh. Well, I think you're pretty cool too. I'm assuming that's good.
Do you want to see something neat? And he reaches over and there's like this little bowl of, it looks like sand particles almost. And he picks it up and he sprinkles it over his hair. And I don't know if you've ever seen those like color changing campfire pellets that you can throw in campfire and it changes the color of the fire. The fire on his hair just starts going like prismatic. He's like, this is wild. Is it not? Like completely changing the subject from what you were just talking about. It may be a spot too heavy for him.
That's a-okay. That's really neat. I've never seen anybody do that to their hair before. Well, I don't know if this is gonna fit in my bag, but we're certainly gonna try. So.
Well, if you ever like, I don't know, want to paint again, come on back by. I'll be here. It'll be great.
I will do that.
Now we go back to Amiir and Hope.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? What's up, my two loves?
While I was thinking about this the whole break, and I still... Amiir looks to Hope after seeing this imagery. Consent. And Amiir indicates, pointing like from his head to Hope's.
Always.
I really wish you didn't say that, V. I really wish you didn't. Amiir cast Detect Thoughts on Hope.
Okay.
When I cast Detect Thoughts, there is a question I asked you, Drew, which you don't have to say out loud. Is either the last little bit or either of those two questions a yes? If you want, I can re-message you what they are.
No, I know what they are.
You're just pondering.
Yeah, I'm giving it a good ponder.
Oh, I hate that smile you have. I hate it so much.
Because it's...
I gotta go. I am so stressed right now. What the fuck is happening?
Even with reading deep into the thoughts, you don't pick up an answer, either affirming or not.
Or, okay. That's okay. So that's fine. That's not the answer I'm looking for. Amiir is going to first capture a glimpse of what Hope saw. Like, Hope passed it on, but Amir's going to specifically try and capture that memory and just kind of flick behind his ear and hold that. But he's holding it away from Hope. Amiir wants to go back because if it's full, like if you do want Hope to still roll a wisdom save, then like, or I guess if Hope would, Amir's gonna go all the way back as far as possible into Hope's memory up to the moment with the coming in contact with the crystal, and Amiir wants to specifically see what form of events does Hope remember leading up to the crystal, and if Hope was there, A, when it like first arrived, and B, what their consciousness and feelings are towards the crystal as it landed prior to interacting with it, or landed rather. I'm saying landed because I'm making assumptions, and I know generally the gist of it. But yeah, Amir's trying to go step by step of basically like doing the whole like, can you enhance that bit of the video? Spacebar, like pause. But Amir's doing this basically trying to watch frame by frame, trying to get the thoughts, feelings, sensations, and everything of the first contact, and as much as possible prior to coming in contact, because yeah. Anyway,
two things before I begin this fucking word feast that you're about to get.
Love it. Feasting words.
Delicious. Wisdom save? Hope wouldn't. Hope trusts in you.
I hate that answer.
Sorry.
Anyway, I know, but...
And secondly, there are certain parts of this that are probably still going to be quite overwhelming for Amiir, because prior to the change, it wasn't Hope. It was a flump that was part of a cloister, and everything is exchanged. So there's going to be a lot of noise, background noise essentially, but you will be able to kind of identify that particular flump's process. Because they were, at the time, they were not with the collective. Like, not actively present around the collective, so there would have been less, essentially, background traffic. But I'm just pre-warning you, because Amiir would realize this pretty quickly.
Which this, actually, surprisingly, while that would be overwhelming, makes Amir's job significantly easier. And I'm going to ask my question out loud, which, Drew, you can choose to answer or not, like, aloud if you want, but I feel like this is a very important question. The moment that Amiir goes over the memory of Hope coming in contact with the stone, how many like heads are in the hive mind thinking right now with the collective? Does the stone add another thought? Does it just change what Hope is, or does it add more to the collective?
I have a thought about that because of the distance between Hope and the collective. Because like Hope has Hope, because it's not Hope at this point, it's just a flump, has to return to the collective to be able to exchange information.
Yes.
So if it adds a voice, it would only add a voice to that flump. It wouldn't add it to the collective until that flump went back. So the question you've got to ask yourself is, does Hope go back?
I mean, so that's kind of yes, but most of the question I'm asking is because if Amiir is able to follow through with like going through Hope's memories of it, even if it's this particular flump per se, at some point this flump would go from being a part of the collective, coming in contact with the stone, and then Hope emerging in some regards. Within that break, there would be a difference of, say, for example, there's 20 flumps or something. There would be 20 voices, potentially 21 voices, or just one thing. You know, why is there what?
Somebody just sent me a message. It's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. I'm fine.
So yeah, if potentially there would be because in this cacophony, it's for example, say for example, Amiir is like Amiir is smarter than Jakey, and so Amiir would be able to close their eyes and listen to a symphony. Because this is how I'm going to use this for comparison. If Amiir sat down, listened to this hive mind of thoughts, and hears a full, beautiful orchestral band of thoughts, while that's overwhelming, if there is another instrument that does not match the collective saxophone, tuba, whatever that is just abruptly added, Amiir would be able to flag that, and Amiir is going to try and follow where that comes from. Yeah, I know I'm going on a bit of a Pepe Sylvia. Where's the red thread?
Okay. How about I tell you what you see first, and then we'll figure it out from there. Just because, because I feel like in order to best give you an answer, telling you the order of events first is going to assist.
Yes, cool.
Yeah. So you want to go from the bit before the incident, and then a little bit after.
Yeah, I think that's Amiir is like trying to scrub through there is enhance.
Okay. So, there is a flump in the Underdark. They are a specifically designated as an explorer and a wanderer and a nomad to gain more information about the area around where that particular cloister lives. This is that flump story. This flump has traveled quite a bit through the Underdark, quite extensively. This flump is, I guess, middle-aged for a flump. Which you would know to be about sort of like 10, 11 would be middle-aged. Okay. This is an area of the Underdark this flump has not been to before. There is a large kind of cave opening, like underground cave opening from this tunnel that this flump has come through, and there are various bits and pieces of adventurer detritus, essentially. This is not particularly uncommon in the Underdark, especially in this area. Adventurers die all the time and leave their stuff behind. It is what it is. There is a staff. There is some other stuff, some just bits and pieces, boots, armor, what have you, a couple of swords, a shield, I don't know. None of that is important. The staff is the staff that you know that Hope carries. There is a large crystal, round, opalescent, with jagged cracks of light in it. You have seen this crystal. It is the one that is on Hope's staff. The flump approaches these items with interest, because that is what the flump does. It is not currently connected to the collective because of distance, but it has the background knowledge and noise of carrying the information that it does from the collective. Essentially, memories, history, that kind of thing, but they're not all in that flump's voice, because that's how a hive mind works. The tendrils reach out and touch this crystal, and there is a single voice, both inside the crystal and inside the head of this flump. A lot of what physically happens, this flump does not remember. But what you see from the flump's perspective is essentially just like, you know that gif of the cat, the prophecy is true?
A little flower, the prophecy.
It's kind of like that, but on like steroids. Like it's images. Yeah, I don't represent that, but a little flump face. This images of, like, you know, galaxies, different planes, places that are beyond the realms of imagination, creatures, beings, darkness, light, just all cascading through this flump's tiny little brain. And this realization that, like, there is such noise out there. There is such noise. There is such chaos. There is such life. There is such light, dark, good, bad. There is so much out there, and you are but the tiniest speck of a fraction of a piece of dust in existence. And isn't that wonderful? And there's an interest that this flump, who has always been designated a wanderer and an explorer, that grabs onto this flump, and the flump grabs back. And then, after some time, the eyes open, and I have hands. I have feet. I have eye. And the realization that they're not a collective anymore. They are becoming an individual. And you see them grab a couple of things from the ground because fucking this body apparently needs clothes, I guess. Isn't that what adventurers wear? That's what I've seen them wear before. And learning to walk, which takes about an hour and is quite frankly objectively funny. Approaching the collective from a distance, sending a thought across to them, which is just a little bit of grief and a goodbye, and then turning around and leaving. And if you watch further, you will see yourself as Hope ends up bumping into you. But that's probably a couple of days down the line. Do you have questions, comments, concerns? Because I've got concerns!
I have 2 questions.
Of course.
Does the voice that comes from the crystal sound like Hope's? That's the first question.
I think yes and no. I think you can hear where... I think it's probably one of those where you can hear 2 voices speaking at the same time, and one of them is Hope's, and one of them isn't.
The second question... Specifically to the memory, you said a flump picks that up, becomes an individual, and then Hope. What sparked the name Hope? Yeah, I know that's now.
I've had a little time to think about this because in my head, when we first built these characters, I had a thought. And that was partly why she was almost called Strawberry. I think with the knowledge of being so insignificant in this wider world, and realizing that they are something new, and that they have to now go and figure out what it means to be something new. I think Hope, searching through the little Rolodex of feelings and emotions that the collective have picked up from travelers as they've gone through, of people who have gone near the Illithids and died, gone near the Illithids and lived. I think Hope would have found the word that resonated the best for how they felt in that moment. Even though the world is big and scary and sometimes very dark, there is always hope.
That's good. Amiir lets go of this connection for... I think Amiir was probably just like staring into space for the whole while. Pulled out like... and I think looks
at Hope. And I don't think Amiir looks upset or disappointed or anything. I think Amiir looks conflicted, like a little lost, like that was an answer with more questions kind of thing, which of course it's going to be. It's Dungeons and Dragons, baby. And I think Amiir kind of takes a step back.
This is a very curious place, and I think there's a lot for you to see here. I think it'd be a waste to spend it all in the library. But if there's anything you need from here, I can help. But I think you should keep looking at the stars, Hope. I think that's important.
Can I vibe check Amiir right now? Like, what's what's the vibe that Amiir is giving out in terms of emotion?
I don't think Amir's trying to hide anything. So I think Amiir right now is Amiir, like, for sake of like rolling things back, has a 20 intelligence. Amiir is a genius of sorts. Amiir is brilliant and smart and is constantly solving puzzles and looking for the latest bug facts. I mean, check out his little bug pouch. And I think Amiir has found something that Amiir can't just think their way out of. They can't just have the facts here because this is something so much larger. Amiir could be able to list every constellation, every different star body, celestial bed, where to look in the observatory, times of year and stuff. This doesn't answer that question, and no matter how I think close Amiir would get to this, it's going to keep provoking more and more questions. So I think Amiir is genuinely stumped for, and I think this would be a thing that Amiir does not show often, of if something outsmarts Amiir or whatever. Amiir often looks as that as a challenge, but I think right now Amiir is scared, hopeful, excited. I think there's just a lot running through Amiir, but also I think that feeling of insignificance, which Amiir walks with every single day, I think is something that Amiir is kind of passing forward, of saying it is a literal waste. You are essentially the things that would be going through Amir's head if Hope were to read thoughts is it's a waste of your time to be reading these books because these books were written by humans and you are the creation of clearly something very different. There is no amount of ink on this page that is going to capture your experience. And Amir's entire life is dedicated to books, writing, and words, and there's not a single book in here that's going to have an answer. And so Amiir is essentially saying it is a waste of your time to be sitting by me right now because I can't help you, but this place can offer you so much more. So I think that is, while that sounds dismissive and a little sad, I think for Amiir, though, it's accepting the fact that it's everything is so big. There's a lot, everything, everywhere, all at once. So yeah, I think that's the vibe, you know?
Okay. I think Hope is going to kind of trying to understand that torrent of emotion and what Amiir is saying. I think Hope will just kind of nod, reach into the bag, put the last little punnet of blueberries down. Eat. Please. and then kind of get up. Look like they're about to say something else, and then leaves. But you would probably notice that I'd say throughout this whole exchange, though, like the wild shape has dropped by this point. So it's not been constellations and stuff for a hot second. But you would notice that their skin has a more of a tinge of blue as they leave. And Hope will head back to the telescope and start adjusting the settings so that she can sit and just look at things. We're going Gibby height, baby.
As Hope heads off to the telescope, Dierdre is packing up the art supplies, and Amiir has had this interesting exchange. The three of you realize it's getting late. You're all getting tired. It's been a very eventful day. You've started in the Byhorn Basin in the Valley View Guild Hall. You had honestly started the day leaving from waking up from the Valley View and teleporting over to this place. You spent most of the day doing your individual, tasks and things. And the day is growing and ending. What would we like to do?
The player in me wants to say not fall asleep, because that's going to be a dream sequence, and I know we're all going to hate that. But if I ever heard one, DM to DM, I hate the sentence you just said of, yeah, it's getting late, you're a little tired, sleepy. I'm like, oh God, we're going to fall asleep and we're all going to have such bad dreams. And it's great. It's fine.
Speak for yourself. I don't need to sleep, bitch.
There's other ways to have nightmares.
I'm fully aware. I'm true. We'll make it
I have them all the time, baby.
Time for paralysis demon to come and play.
Yeah, basically.
Hey, Drew, can I put in a request? Can my paralysis demon look like this cute little bean?
Yes. Sure.
No, wait, you'll turn this against me. No.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You see a cute little owl bear, and then his limbs start to elongate, and
Wait. This is my sleep paralysis demon. Hi.
Have you seen? I was gonna say, have you seen Jacked Kirby? Because I don't think you want that either.
Yeah.
I think before going to bed, Amir's gonna munch them blueberries, yum yum yum. But Amir's going to go to the art hall and look at all the paintings and stuff. Did Dierdre leave their painting up, or did she go toss that bad boy into her bag?
Oh, I guess I would have started packing up. So it's like, it's not fully in there, but like...
Yeah, you give it a little time to dry and...
Yeah, like it has to dry first, or else it's just gonna, like, get all weird,
What did you paint?
I haven't given it a name yet, but I think it's home.
Is this where you're from?
Sort of. Well, it doesn't look exactly like this. Like, I'm not the best painter, and this is clearly very abstract and out of focus. But it does remind me of home. And other things.
You seem conflicted about that.
You hear from across the hall. You just hear, "Oh, dude, it looks so good!"
Thank you.
Yeah, Amiir just kind of glances at that, like does the whole like usual Amiir like
You sounded conflicted about that.
Yes.
Are you all right?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm fine. Um, I was thinking about looking at this for a while and just trying to come up with something to play to it. But
Like music?
yeah, like sometimes, like sit out there in the world and you observe, and that's how you can be inspired to create. I'm wondering what kind of music might stem from this picture.
Do you want to know what the painting sounds like?
I guess in a way.
I've had this conversation with Hope before, but it's a new one for you, and most people have differing opinions. Do you want me to show you? It would involve looking in your head, but I can make it so I can't see anything. I can just pass you the same way. And kind of Amiir shows the encode thoughts and basically shows like an image of Pickle and then just flicks it and it turns to sparks. I can do that and pass that quickly while reading someone's mind and then just hand it to you and leave. It won't tell me a thing if I do it. And Amir's being truthful about this. Like, if he doesn't want to read the thing, if he just wants to transcribe it quickly, he can. Because I think Amiir and... I don't know if Amiir and Dierdre have had the conversation of, like, can I read your mind? So I think Amiir is asking that, but also, like, it also has the failsafe of, like, if you don't want me poking around in there, I will not.
I mean, you can certainly try.
Yeah, I'm going to use detect thoughts on Dierdre and specifically look for the thought of what memories and images provoke this painting and what like sounds would have been around, sensations, and the second like that is being passed, it's basically immediately out and encoded, and then Amir's going to hand that to Dierdre and end the spell just so he's not being intrusive. Yeah.
As you do this, it creates this interesting foggy vision of very pastel colored landscape around and a very out of focus building in the back. And most notably, there's the sensation of smell where you again smell this rose, tea, and old books.
Yeah, Amir hands it and kind of closes Dierdre's hand on it.
If you close your eyes and hold on to that, you will see the memory that evoked this. It may be... Today's been a day of a lot of information for myself, and I don't know how you're feeling generally. But sometimes these memories can be memories that we paint for a reason. But if it's something you want to hear and you want to play to, look into it, but just be mindful that you have...
And Amir like does the long awkward pause thing, as it's one of those words that's really hard for him to say.
You have friends here who will listen to you and help you however possible. And yep, so enjoy the encode thought.
And he starts sliding slowly, but he's still there, so like Dierdre can respond and say something, but he's doing the thing of just like, oh god, I don't know what to say next, and just starts mumbling to himself. Shoulders, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Just thank you.
anytime. You're welcome. Happy playing. Have a good what do you say when someone...
Do you just eat this, or like...
Oh god, no. You...
Like spaghetti, or...
What? No, the...
Because Amir's like, I guess he can make the strands and the polar thing. So I think he'd make a strand for this one because he's trying to not be invasive.
Basically, you just hold on to it tightly. You can close your eyes. Some people do that, but essentially it will... When you hold it tightly and just think about the object will take your thoughts to whatever feelings, thoughts are captured by it. So if I were to make one about, like I did just now for Pickle, per se, I would potentially see Pickle in my mind, or see memories of Pickle, the smell of them, or things they say, stuff like that. Yeah.
So don't eat it. Is what I'm hearing.
I mean, you can. It just probably won't taste great. And I will say, like, while you're, I guess, digesting it, there may be the odd time where your body just makes you think about that. So if there's any, like, trauma in that memory and you're just, just chilling, that might just come up. And that's probably not the thing you want. And maybe it is. Maybe it's part of the processing. But yeah, no, I would say don't eat it, because I don't know how long it takes to pass one of these. I have not tried.
Why do you think I'm processing trauma?
No, I'm saying if... Amiir kind of goes the whole, like, I just said it as a blanket thing, but Amiir, like kind of squints and goes, I was saying in case, because sometimes memories are traumatic, but, I mean, your painting does look really... I like your painting a lot, Dierdre. It's just you've made a painting that looks like somewhere that you've distanced yourself from, and maybe that distancing is emotional. I do the in-head thinking, not the heart stuff, so I'm not like the therapy. I'm not good. I read self-help books, and when I read them, they don't help me at all. Well, they do sometimes. And Amiir just like goes off for a little bit. Like there was one really interesting I read, because I think Amiir very much is like a think don't feel individual, which shocking. But yeah, it kind of rambles about that for a little bit. Yeah, I think is like, no, I wasn't saying that you have trauma, but maybe you do. Who knows? It's not bad. Hey, trauma's cool, but not that cool. It's
it's
like
not cool in the way that you're thinking.
It's not cool to get trauma, but like it's cool to process your trauma and talk to your friends about it. But also, you ever heard of a guy named Jesus? But he doesn't actually say any of that. But yeah, so I think Amiir just kind of like gets a little flustered, but he's also, that's his thing,
Well, after I'm done composing about it, I was gonna gift it to my backpack, but if you like it, you can keep it.
That would be gifted to your backpack? What do you mean?
Well, sometimes I take things out of the backpack that I'm not sure were mine, so I give it things sometimes too.
And when you give it things, does it sometimes take them?
I don't know. Does it take things from my backpack sometimes?
Does it, DM?
This is a legitimate question. Does it sometimes take things from my backpack?
I don't know. That's why I'm just kind of... You know what? Yeah.
Because you said at first that sometimes I like reach into my backpack and there's stuff that I don't remember putting in there. Yeah. So like lately I'm just like, I feel like I'm taking something that doesn't belong to me. So I've just been gifting things to my backpack.
You know what? I like this train of thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Dierdre have like intermittent amnesia or something?
Like, I don't even know what that means.
I forgot.
I forgot. But yeah, I mean, I guess sometimes it takes it. Yeah.
Wow. I'm going to say something that I've said a few times to myself We will unpack that later, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll put it to you this way, Deirdre. It takes it in the same way that there's a black hole in between a car seat and like the center panel of when something falls down into there, it's gone forever. That sometimes happens.
Yeah.
Like the
And then-
left
Like
sock goblins.
socks in the dryer.
Exactly. Same vibe, except for occasionally things appear in the dryer that weren't put in there.
Why is there a slice of bologna in my dryer?
Because it could just be that I'm putting things in a pocket and then forgetting that pocket exists. You know, it's like when you have like a $50 bill in your coat pocket and then you put it away for the winter, and then next winter you pull the $50 bill out and you're like,
Hi.
hey.
I'm gonna pop
Looking
some
at-
tags. Only got $50 in my
The universe is looking out for us.
Yeah, I think Amiir kind of like nods and is like, okay.
But yeah, the way it's described is very much like, yeah, I put stuff in my bag and then it disappears, and then sometimes I pull stuff out of the bag that I didn't realize was there.
I mean, that's fair. I have a scarf on, and so I'm not really standing by anyone at any given normal point. So,
What?
Amiir lifts their scarf, and Amir's about a good foot away. Probably like 5-10 feet away.
Oh.
And the second it's like off of Amiir, the bright pink scarf he has turns into this more dark leathery appearance, and it has tendrils at the end that almost look like there is like suction frills. And then while he's holding it up, the other like Amiir that was like talking there vanishes. Yeah.
Oh.
I kind of always have my physical boundaries going. It's just
And slides it back on, and then the other one reappears, and the other one vanishes.
Oh, I thought you meant that you felt like out of place because you're wearing a scarf and it's like normal temperature in here. So nobody else is wearing a scarf.
yeah, no, I clocked that right when I walked in.
Yeah.
That definitely you know, does it look bad? Scarves are cool, right? Someone told me bow ties are cool, so I thought scarves would also apply in that.
No, I think it looks very good on you. And honestly, though, like, because Pickle can warm up in it anyways. So really, I think that if Pickle is an extension of you, then your fashion is an extension of yourself as well.
Ah, speaking the truth.
What?
I believe you call them a hype man. I think I have one now.
Cool. Z's. I'm going to.
Did you want
Yep.
the painting though? Like, legitimately asking.
The paint. I thought you meant the music, but I mean, like, if you.
Well, I can't
if you-
give you the music. That's.
I mean that's fair.
I don't have a
I-
music box, but
I like the painting a lot. Yeah, I mean, if this is like a you feel obligated because I commented on the thing, like, but I will. I'd keep a painting.
okay. Well, then when I'm done composing, you can have it.
Thank you.
Amiir kind of like stands there like, neat. I think Amiir, there's a place to sleep in this guild hall. Like, we have rooms and stuff because we're okay.
I haven't really spoken to Hope about this. If we're all doing this, if we're all bunking pals or we're in separate rooms or whatever. So I am just going to stay in a room where we all could hang out, but if nobody else does, I won't take that personally. And I'm saying that genuinely. I know my tone doesn't indicate that. I'm so bad. And he's starting to slide towards the stairs.
What makes you feel the most comfortable?
Honestly,
I don't have
after
any preference.
I was about to say after today, what would make me the most comfortable is not making the choice. That's why I was just going to go into a really big room and hope others decide for me. Because you ever just realize you're really small?
All the time.
Yeah. So there's that, and also I just read a really bad book, so it's one of those days. I have a tummy ache. That is the best way I am gonna,
Oh, like one of those books where you start thinking about how like the tapestry of life is going on forever and ever, and how like eventually you'll die and fall off on the edge. And no. If that's what you're going through, my mom always used to tell me that death is only the end for people that aren't creative enough to think ahead.
That is such a nice saying. Mm-hmm. And I also, when I was thinking about the small insignificance, death was not in the mix, but it's nice to have lots to ponder before going to bed. So
I think it's in my top 10 favorite sayings of hers, but like Party of One is very quickly coming to the top of that list.
Amiir looks over to the bar and walks over there. Is there a bartender there? Is there just like a place you slap down gold? Like what's the situation?
This one seems when you walk up, there is no bartender there. There's also no one up at the bar, like patron wise. This guild hall's interestingly enough not very filled with people at the current moment. But yeah, there's no one behind the bar currently.
Is there prices or anything like on anything, or is this just wait, no one's here?
Nope.
Is this self-serve?
Amir's not getting self-serve. This is giving deserted, and Amir's gonna look to Dierdre. Is Hope in the vicinity?
Hope's on the telescope.
Right, okay.
Oh, wait, away.
Could be the Gibby's supposed to run it.
I mean, yeah, but is that not odd that we went from there was several people here just traveling in and out, and suddenly we're in a silent room and there's nobody here? Is that not the...
There still would be the two Dragonborn over by the...
Oh, okay. I thought you meant we were in just like went from this kind of lightly populated, everyone's gone.
No, at the bar
No, there's Zugai. Zugai is still here.
Yeah. We're not
For a
going
second there, I was like, we turn around and like everybody's gone. I was like, I hate that. No, okay, then that definitely does not... yeah, I guess Amiir is going to look and go, you know what? I'm just going to wait till someone's back. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to get relaxed. I'm going to get into some pajamas. I'm going to maybe make some tea. And I might have a good cry. Thank you for offering me your painting. I am excited to receive it when you're done composing. I hope you have a nice night. Pickle will be just wandering for a bit, like Pickle does. So if you need something, say something. As Amiir like does one of these and like goes up the stairs, but like this time it's his sliding, but it's like dum 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 dum. Amiir just leaves as awkwardly as possible. And
just as you're going away, just like, if you wish to exit a conversation at any time, you can come up with a code word, like if that's helpful to you.
I will take you up on that. So that just echoes from up the stairs.
As you make your way
yeah.
up the stairs, you start seeing doors in the hallway. These doors, some of them have like this veil of light over the front of the door, and it shimmers and looks like stars in front of the door. Then there are other doors which the door is slightly ajar and there is no light over the front of the door.
Amir's gonna take a little peek on one of the ajar doors. Does it like sound like it's empty in there? Like this is like a...
You take a peek. It is a large empty room. There are 4 beds. There are chests. The floors, unlike the ones downstairs, which are all like this marble tile that comes there, the floors on this layer are wooden. They have little wood beams that run along there. But yeah, you see some chests, but the room is empty. None of the sconces are lit.
Amir's gonna kind of see if he closes the door behind himself. Does something happen? Like, does it
as soon
like?
As he closes the door, the sconces give off a dim light. Nothing too overwhelming, like turning on an overhead light. We know how our
we know how our
neurodivergent folks don't like that. But it is very much like a dim light. And as soon as you shut the door, the ceiling does what it was doing downstairs, and you just see this glimmer of space above your head. It's almost like a projection above your head.
It's just what Amir needs right now.
Yeah, honestly, Amiir is like doing the whole thing of just like staring at the floor, being like, "Don't look up, don't look up, don't look up." And then from as Amiir would cross, like there's like vanities and stuff and whatnot in here. Like this is a basic like room.
While you have your eyes cast down on the ground, go ahead and roll me a perception.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I don't like that. Don't tell me to do that. Don't tell me to do. Oh wait, why am I grabbing a physical die? I was using anyway. Well, okay. I just did it because my brain is in the thing. What is my perception? That's +3, so that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you're like focusing down on the floor, not looking up, you see a small glimmer of something in between one of the cracks of the piece of wood. It's very small, and it has this kind of yellowish gold tint to it that kind of reflects light.
Amir's gonna reach down to see if he can fish it out, and if he can't, he's gonna send his little spider friend to Mage Hand to go grab it.
Yeah, you send down this little spider friend. The spider friend kind of like goes under the board a little bit and like pushes up. It is a golden coin that pops out on the floor. This
golden coin, like not like a gold piece?
It is not a gold piece. It looks different than the gold coins that you've seen. In fact, here, I'm about to post a picture in the Gameplay Silent Chat for you to show you what's there. And then I will describe it. On the front, there is a golden mug. And then around it are languages, as far as you can tell, all languages around it, and it says, "I need a drink."
A mug and it says, "I need a drink." This is cool. I think this would be distracting enough for Amiir, who's like on the brink of like, oh my god. Ooh, shiny. Amiir is going to hop over to like the bed that's like in the corner, just like give like a wee and land on that bad boy, and then he's gonna ritual cast Identify to see if there's any fun things, because even if the coin's not magical, I could still get some history of where this coin been, what it do be doing. And yeah.
Very good.
What the coin do though?
Oh,
what the coin doing?
This coin right here. Let me tell you about this coin. This this here, as you cast Identify on it, you hear a voice telepathically in your head. The voice speaks a limerick. It says, "Toss this coin to the earth and speak its phrase. The place you will go will surely amaze." After you hear this limerick, you, in your mind, get this vision of a door. The other thing you feel with this would be, you would, let's see, you get a sense of the magic attached to it. Let's see. You would get a sense of conjuration magic on this coin.
Conjuration. Man, this is such a bad idea. It's a dumb idea. It's a really dumb idea. This is a bad idea. I'm not going to flip a coin over this. I'm not going to grab one of my Dicey Encounters dice, little bad boys. I'm not taking the soft boys, and I'm not going to put this up to a coin flip whether or not I'm going to do the thing. I'm definitely not doing that. Oh, it fell on the ground. Let me just do that one more time, because, you know. Cool. Same thing as when it was on the ground. Amir's going to flick the coin up in the air. Say, I need a drink.
The coin, as it lands on the floor, the coin, and in its place, a door appears. It is closed. It has a stone arch around the top, and it is a wooden door. On the front, it reads Soul Cellar Inn, and cellar is spelled Cellar.
Amiir looks at Pickle, and Pickle just sits there and goes like, yeah, so this, you know what? It's not even the weirdest thing that's happened today that I've learned or experienced, so I guess stay here. You're in charge now, because apparently sometimes I am. And Amiir goes up to the door and is going to try and open it.
It opens. As you open it, it is a myriad of colored light. You can't see what's on the other side of this door.
This is a bad idea, right? This is a bad idea. Pickle, help me out here. Another like, yeah, you always know the right thing to say. I'll be right back, right? I did find the coin on the ground. Face the danger. That's today's theme. And yeah, he's going to step through.
We go back to Dierdre and Hope. How are y'all doing? Doing great? Wonderful.
Yeah, I don't even know which room they decided to go into, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true. That is very true. What are the two of you doing after Amiir had gone towards bed?
What's Dierdre doing?
Oh, I'm composing a tune based on the feelings that I get from listening to this memory and looking at the painting, because that's what I said I was going to do.
Cool.
Also, because Advert told me they were going to sleep, so I feel like that would be disruptive.
So Hope is still looking through the telescope, moving it every so often. I think by this point would have gone out her little notebook and be making rough sketches of groups of stars, not necessarily knowing constellations and how they're supposed to join up, but just making little doodles of the things that are interesting. Is there anything else significant or traumatic that she finds in this time?
Looking through the telescope, you see one or two constellations that you recognize that when you wild shape and do your celestial form, that connect with you. You actually get to see their stars up closer. It's a pretty magical experience, but nothing really else of note. Yeah, that's what you'd see.
Okay. Then I think at some point the thoughts are going to go back to the conversation with Amiir and the feelings that Amiir was putting out. That hesitation to look over that final moment of conflicted, kind of feeling scared, insignificant and small. And Hope, who feels insignificant and small all the time, but sees it as, isn't it amazing that I still get to be despite that? And now understanding that Amiir doesn't see that way. I think after a little while, I think she's not really looking through the telescope anymore. And I think I need to flip a coin now. Fuck. Okay.
What a fun and normal episode we're having, you know?
Yeah,
You know
right?
what?
Well,
This is
here's
just-
the thing. I have a thought about what there's an option here, and I just don't know if now's the moment for it to happen, but also this is the perfect moment for it to happen. So you know what? I'm not even going to flip the coin. I think Hope experiences for the second time in 2 days sadness, and I think Hope is going to cry. Because how else do you process that emotion?
Oh no. I said that a little louder than I meant to.
Incredible! I loved it. It was brilliant. I think Hope's gonna cry,
As-
which is a very new thing for Hope, and I think at first she doesn't really understand it, and it's this one feeling that is kind of overwhelming her, and that's scary for a moment. And then she just kind of leans into it and just cries.
As you sit there and cry, you feel two little pinpoints of pressure tapping on you. And you begin to hear a as soon as your attention is drawn to Pickle moves away from you and does a few circles and is actively trying to get your attention, and then immediately runs up to Dierdre in the same
I just love the idea of Pickle coming going, you did something stupid! Come on, help me!
Yeah, I don't think that's in the same key as what I'm composing, Pickle. But
Amiir fell in the well! Amiir fell in the well!
Yeah!
What's up, boy? Little Timmy's in the well!
If you give off the dismissive for Pickle, it will start getting agitated. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm alone cat right now.
Pickle runs back over to you, Hope. You're good at picking up vibes.
Oh yeah, no. From the very first meow, I was up and ready to go.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Pickle
Let's go
keeps,
figure out what the fuck is going on.
like, Pickle literally climbs up on you. You know how cats occasionally will, like, claw their way up you?
Mm-hmm.
And is, like, nudging your head to look towards Dierdre.
Staring.
To look towards Dierdre and is...
Okay,
Pickle
all right.
Ratatouille's you.
Yeah, Pickle's just on my head.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, Dierdre, you see as Hope runs up to you, visibly just distraught and crying, a cat on the head. Dierdre! Dierdre!
Oh.
We have to go! Meow!
Why?
And Pickle's gonna jump up and give, like, a non-clawed bat to the face. Active, and then jumps back down.
I was gonna say to quote, like, IRL, this is Pickles, like, based on Pico, would, like, climb up to Dierdre, give, like, a gentle little kiss or two, and then just right on the nose, because that's how she wakes me up. And just, like, it's not even like a hard, like, piercing skin bite. It's just she gets you in the nostrils, and it just makes your eyes water a little bit. So that's the vibe where she's just like, "Hello, friend."
Pops back down. And then
She does sing like that.
Pickle will start moving off towards the staircase, constantly looking back for affirmation that you're following.
I will just follow. Just still sobbing. Just like, I don't know how to regulate my emotions yet.
Me neither. Oh, I'm not there though.
Why is everybody going and having a cry today?
Incredible.
Having a sit down cry, bro.
Hey, you having a sit down cry, bruv? I guess.
Who are you with this accent?
It's not even an accent. It's just a vibe, you know.
It's not an accent. It's a vibe.
I wouldn't even call that an accent. That's not even. Yeah.
I'm sorry, that has to be the funniest thing. Just in a D&D context of like, yes, you meet the dwarven barkeep and you do a voice like, hello everybody, and you're like, wait, what's that accent? It's like, hey, you don't have accents in my world, it's just their vibe. I love that so much on like a level I cannot explain.
You know what? You're welcome. But yeah, after getting bit on the fucking nose, just like, holy shit, Jesus. Jesus fucking Christ. Let me just pack up my shit, I guess.
From the distance in the hallway, you just hear...
She also every so often stops to scratch things. That's another thing she do. Like on wall posts, she like to make sure people are like, this is 100% what Dribby Doo is describing is my every morning when she wants to get fed. But she'll stop at things, look, and then start scratching stuff and be like, Papa, look, I can scratch things. And I'm like, cool, scratch the things you're supposed to. Anyway.
Yeah. Now that I have your attention, I will show you my newest artistic project, beating the shit out of your furniture.
It's giving like you didn't take my threat seriously. You know.
Seen in Brooklyn Nine-Nine where he's got a guitar and he just starts playing and he goes, ah!
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Yeah, you get the couple like taps on the painting just to make sure it's like dry enough to move it. Oh no.
So, hope. You're going up the staircase, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pickle's behind you, still scratching at the wall.
Mm-hmm.
There is a open door and a bunch of other doors with the light screen in front of them. There is only one door that is fully wide open.
Can I stick my head around to not through the door, but to see through the door, the wide open door?
You look through the door and you see another door. This door is open, except for this door has this prismatic light coming through it. This door is not attached to any wall. It's just smack dab in the center of the room.
I look back at Pickle.
Pickle.
Is that Pickle for? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Pickle turns around and starts heading back to Dierdre.
Okay.
And begins clawing at the wall again, giving Dierdre this look of just like, are you fucking coming or not?
I have to make sure that this painting either can be moved or I have to find somebody to watch it.
Son it. I will watch your painting for you.
Oh, you're a gem. Yeah, if you could just keep an eye on this while I go handle this cat.
Yeah, the cat's like real fucking pissed, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, dude, I'll keep it safe, keep it comfy. We got you a little easel, and he like gently picks up the painting and moves it over to another easel.
I fully thought that Dierdre, when like they checked the painting, when you jumped from that, I didn't think it was gonna be a check of whether it's like dry or not. I thought we were about to have like a gone, just like in like the vibe of just going through the painting and like. Yeah, basically, like my Wrangler jeans were soiled. I'm just like, oh my god, wow, okay, glad that's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta build tension somehow.
Oh yeah, because there's not enough already.
Nah. But yeah, no, Sundrop absolutely like places your painting off to the side, and yeah.
Okay, little one. I will follow you now.
And around the hall, straight up the stairs, straight into a room.
Okay.
I've gone through the door.
As you make your way to this room,
Making my way.
you see Pickle sitting in front of this door.
Do you want to come with us? Actually, Kate, do you know what that is? Have I seen anything like this before? Yeah, Pickle.
Does the shrug then, rule of threes, and it's just like the exact shrug that gave Amiir. It's just like, that was very good.
Very
That was
good.
weirdly good.
Thanks.
You're practicing your cat noises.
I have. I've been doing my best. Matt Mercer, eat your heart out. So
Nice.
I don't think Dierdre would have ever seen something quite like this before.
Okay. Interesting. Is there anything like about the door besides the fact that it's just like prismatic and like has stone on it? Is there anything like on the stones? Is it just like a little door?
Just a door.
Okay. Well, Pickle, if you're feeling too afraid to go by yourself, I will carry you through the door.
Pickle immediately up around your neck.
Okay. And we're just gonna do this slowly. Yes. Just kidding. I'm just gonna go through. Just like.
As you go through, and the door shuts behind you, Amiir, you had enter in first.
Yes, I did.
As soon as you walk through, this is a very overwhelming place. Inside, you see tables, booths, all full of different creatures you've never seen before. There are angels, there are devils, there are demons, there are Yugoloths, there are monstrosities, there are different races, all seated at tables having drinks. You look off at the bar and you see a beholder with one eye stalk. You look off to the left and you see a large pit where someone is currently fighting a black dragon wormling. Around this pit you see a stadium sort of seating, and then there's a door off in the far eastern side. This is what you see stepping in.
Huh. This is a place I am right now, and I didn't just trip and hit my head in my room. I am going to sit down and go get a drink, because today is a normal day, and I am doing normal boy things.
As Amir's just sliding across the ground saying this to himself, on like a face fully just like, where am I?
You get up to the bar, and there's a crystal dragonborn sitting there, and you get up to the bar, and the beholder's eye turns towards you. This beholder is very blue in color with yellow lips around one eye stalk that hangs off. The others are nubs. And the beholder looks over you.
What can I get you to drink today?
I'm going to assume, this is Amir not speaking out loud, so I'm going to do the meta moose right here. I'm going to assume Buddy said, what can I get you to drink, sir? Because boy howdy, my man's got jowls for days, and that was very good.
What is on tap?
We have celestial ale, we have abyssal grog, and an assortment of wine.
Wine sounds amazing. Do you have like a menu so I can know roughly price-ish?
Yes, absolutely.
And you see the one eye stalk, and there's a pile of menus. One lifts up off the ground and floats in front of you in a set down.
Let me know when you're ready.
And the beholder turns and goes off back behind the bar.
Amir's sitting like a kid with a kid's menu. It's just right in front of him, and he's just looking through. I think Amir went from like fully shocked to just like, this is a normal day and I'm doing normal boy things. And I think Amir's repeating that to himself. That's his new mantra.
Confidence, baby, confidence.
Yeah, confidence, baby.
As you're sitting there with the menu and you're taking a look, Hope, you step through the door. You see exactly what was described to Amiir. Except for looking around with your passive perception, you would notice Amiir sitting at the bar. Amiir, you're looking at this. This menu, as when it's set down in front of you, flips through languages. It's trying to figure out what language you speak and read. And it finally lands on Undercommon for you.
Uh-huh.
On there, it lists some different types of drinks, and the currency is listed as Xandar.
Xandar. Oh. Yeah, okay, I kind of thought that for a second there. Is there like a name tag or anything of the barkeeper by any chance?
Funny enough, there actually is a small piece of wood that has pinned to one of the scales on this beholder. Just like the menu, it's moving in text,
choosing
and
language,
words, and choosing the language you can read it. And again, picks Undercommon as the name Grublish.
Okay, that is not as nearly bad as I thought that was about to be. I thought you were about to say that name started with an X.
Nope.
And to that, based on the beholder you described, I was going to once again defecate in another pair of Wrangler jeans. While I'm not doing that, though, I think Amiir looks for something like a little bubbly, a little fizzy, like either like a cider. Or in my head, not usually bubbly or fizzy, but like a peach Bellini. Because Amiir does not drink very often, but Amiir is like, today has earned that right.
There is a drink on there labeled as Feywild Crisp. And it seems like from the description that it would be a cider native to the Feywilds.
Excuse me. Xandar, where does one get that currency? Is that like a gold, this is my first time here.
We do an exchange rate for gold and other monetary means, such as soul coins and gold and other objects. Or you can earn Xandar in the fight pit.
So what's like the exchange rate gold to
As Amir's got like some coins he's counting out in his hands.
The going rate is 4 golds for 1 Xandar.
And how much is it for... This voice is very good, by the way. I just want to say, this is just... impressing me. Sorry, I'm not trying to break that sweet immersion. How much is it for one of those ciders that Amiir saw on the menu?
That would be 2.
2 Xandar, so that's 8 gold pieces.
That sounds right.
Is that a DM who's not sure about the math, or this guy?
It's that guy. That would be correct. That would be 8 gold.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I was like, Amir's not gonna try to pull something over on this guy, but okay, yeah, Amir's going to take out from the shared bag, of that pouch, and there's like a little reflection in a glass where there's just a masked face that shakes a head and goes, "You dick," and he's gonna place 8 gold on the counter. And just slides it over.
You watch as one by one each piece of gold is lifted up in the air and flung into a box on the wall, and out pops 2 purple gems. Tink, 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 as they're lifted up and placed in front of you.
He says, "Is this what you would like?"
Yes. Also, I want to learn how to do that. Do you know anybody who would teach somebody that? You have such a prowess over mind in your environment. That is very impressive.
Well, in my case, I had a group of adventurers cut off my eye stalks, so all they left was my telekinetic eye stalk.
So that's a no on learning that, hey.
Here is your drink, sir. As the two.
Thank you
purple
so
gems
much.
And a bottle just gently set in front of you.
Amiir just sits there. I'm assuming because like you
Incredible.
described lots of things. I feel like because Amir's already a hashtag short king, so Amir's probably the smallest person at the bar. And so Amir's like sitting there, like he's got both of his hands. It doesn't help I'm wearing this, but he's got both of his hands on the bottle, and he's just like sitting there, like double hand, like sipping from it, and he's trying not to look at anybody, and he's just staring forward to being like, it doesn't matter where I go, I'm always gonna have great social interactions. This is great. I'm fine. I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. This is a good day. This is, I'm just a normal boy doing normal baby boy things. Sweet baby boy. This is good cider. There's like this much gone.
Hope, what are
Hi.
you doing as you walk in?
Still crying.
Still crying. Still selling real fake doors.
However,
How obvious are you crying?
look, this is the first time the waterworks have been turned on. We don't know how to stop them yet.
Okay.
However, seeing a beholder at the bar, talking to Amiir, Hope is going to have a little bit of a panic, I think. Because that doesn't tend to lead to good thoughts. That's not the fun place to be.
As you begin to have this panic, you feel this.
Crying, panicking. We're going into panic attack territory here. It's going to be a thing.
You feel this
Hope's going through all the emotions today.
warm hand on your shoulder. As you glance over, there is this angelic figure standing next to you with her hand on your shoulder, radiant light beaming off of her. She'll say, "Oh, sweetie, what's wrong?"
Mother? She would get like a blast of the feeling of just crying and sorrow and panic, I think, because I don't think, again, first time the waterworks have been on, I don't think Hope has the wherewithal to kind of rein it in too much. So I think she would know that it's not a good time right now. But also, Mother?
Give me 2 seconds while this loads up. Here we go. I need... Oh, it's thinking about it. There we go. I need you to make me a charisma save.
Oh!
What the f?
Very good, very good, very good. I think I know what is happening, and I'm fucking here for it. That's a 14.
Perfect. As you're there, waterworks coming down, all of a sudden you feel this just calm overcome you. It says, "It's okay. You're all right."
Very good, very good. Very good.
Now, I'm not the tempting kind to get a creature to go drink and take care of their problems, but it seems like you may need that.
No. I need my friend.
Okay, well, you go do that. And I hope you feel
Thank
better.
you.
She's just kind of like does that weird, like, I can't remember, I believe it's Russian culture where they do that kind of like glide walk where it looks like they're just gliding, but really their toes are just going underneath.
So basically, what Amiir does all the time.
Yeah, essentially. That's
That, but like full of charisma and grace.
Yeah.
With Riz.
Yeah, right.
And, you see Amiir up at the bar, and it's just about this time after this interaction. Dierdre, you walk in to see this with Pickle around. And as soon as you enter in and the door shuts behind you, you hear ting, 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 as a coin drops from where you just stepped out.
Oh, better pick that up.
Okay.
Pickle would, now that like within vicinity of Amiir, has that connection but doesn't really like do anything, but would like paw at the coin and then hop down and paw at the spot like where the door was, trying to like show Dierdre of like that's what did the do.
Also with that and your passive perception, you'd be able to look towards the bar area and see Hope actively walking over to Amiir at the bar.
See, I thought everyone was going to bed, but instead we decided to go to a bar. Typical.
As you possibly make your way that way, the three of you hear a commotion behind you in the fighting pit as the man draws up his sword and cleaves the head of the black dragon wormling. And you watch as this black dragon wormling disapparates into smoke, this greenish smoke, and exits. The door to this fight pit drops, and he walks out and goes over and talks to this interesting, you're not really sure what this person is, but goes off to talk to them. The best description of them would be this like yellow slime with one red eye, and it sort of resembles a tree.
Huh.
I mean, I'm hardly one to talk.
About this time, Hope, you would have gotten over to Amiir.
I think just very gingerly kind of tapping on the shoulder.
One of these turns.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
You ask this, Hope, like, despite the very now calm inside, still having visibly just, like, lost, like, 6 pints of water out of the eyes recently.
I also went for a good cry.
Is there like stools nearby? Is there like a little spot?
Yeah,
Okay, sweet.
There's even an open table nearby.
Oh, fantastic.
It's
Amiir
rather
like
roomy.
Amiir gets up and like slides across the floor this time, but like it's very much as Amir's usual, like is a plank that slides across the ground. Now it's very wacky, inflatable, arm flailing tube band. As Amir still like not even half of the cider is gone, gets to a table, sits down, and like pats a chair beside, and then seeing Dierdre like farther down, like also pats a chair there.
I used a magical coin, and you say the words on the coin, and then you flick it, and I guess you just get to go here. And they trade with soul coins. That's cool. Little purple gems. I was gonna go to bed, but I found it on the floorboards. Curiosity, and looks at Pickle, who's approaching the table. Made the cat take a break for a while.
And then Pickle just goes and peers here.
Hope will sit down at the table, but Hope is going to choose the stool furthest away from Amiir.
Oh, I see.
Coolsies. Jakey won't take that personally.
And then kind of just kind of wait for I think the situation to be a bit more comfortable. Hope we'll be waiting quite a while for this.
When Dierdre arrives, Amiir like puts their drink over there and goes, "This is apparently a Feywild cider, and I will tell you, it is very sweet. I am getting notes of alcohol."
I would like it on record that if Jakey is anything like Amiir, I can't
a
wait.
refined palate. Very refined palate for alcohol. Does this like smell like anything I've ever smelled before?
Oh no!
Roll a history.
Yeah, sure.
Party for
Party of
one!
one!
That's a 10.
It the party of one absolutely comes to your mind first.
I knew it was coming, but it still is funny!
Absolutely. But smelling it, you also get floral hints of these delicate, like, buttercup flowers that you vividly remember from the Feywild. They're known for how sweet they are. They I don't know if you've ever had honeysuckles before, but very reminiscent of honeysuckle. And slight hints of some other Feywild herbs and ingredients, but tastes pretty good.
Well, this is yours, so I'll hand it back to you. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
It's
Are you
it's an
still
interesting
okay?
thing. I mean, Hope's brain came from a rock, so that's kind of messing with me. And the world is super big, and we could all just die at any moment. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, I know people that came from rocks.
Yeah, but like this was like a super rock. This is like out there.
Pickle's like, "Ayo."
Hi, Pickle!
Come here. I see you. Come here. Come on.
Oh, man, everyone's got a pickle.
Come here, baby. Hi. Come here. Hi.
It's alright, I've got my emotional support Albert.
You do. You really do. But you know what? I
Can't look at her.
I know pickle exists, and if you can actually get, I see a tail. All right, the three of you can have inspiration for your pets.
Hi, Pickle!
Little pickle.
I think this is exactly what's happening while Amir's talking. I think it's just like lots of like this in the scarf of just like petting, and I think Amir's like a little more calm now.
Today's just been a very jarring day. Space is a big thing. I like personal space, but I'm referring to, you know, everything being endless and massive and just a lot.
Oh, you want to play fetch?
So
Amiir goes and grabs something so Pickle can play fetch because she's about to go jump for this. If I can snap this elastic. There you go. Goodbye. She's not even looking for it. She ran for it and then was just like,
But today was a little overwhelming on the informational front. I think.
And Amiir looks at Hope.
I think I know, or at least know where to start on figuring out how you became you. And I think the FAT word is a word I despise. I hate it. I don't like it. It's gross. Everyone has their own autonomy and choice, and I don't like the idea that anything has been decided beforehand. That being said,
Wait, have you been body shamed before, Amiir?
did I FATE? Did I not add the E? Did I just say FAT really fast? Oh. Well, FATE. Did I seriously not? Well, whatever. I'm not as stinky as you drunk I am. And so and Amiir just like bonks but then gets back up. The three of us met, and there's weird stuff. We're all from very different places, different planes. And like, you look at this room and oh yes, meow. We're not super. She just straight up is like joining the conversation.
No,
It's
I
great.
just totally saw Amiir doing that to Pickle. Just like,
Oh, absolutely. And we're not super significant in the grand scheme of things in this room. Like over there, that's an angel, and that's the barkeep is a really cool beholder guy who I think I hurt his feelings, and I didn't mean to. I just wanted to point out that it's really cool. He's got really neato powers, and yeah, there's just a lot going on.
and as you say this, all of a sudden a small fight erupts. There's a Bulgara and a Barb Devil that start going toe to toe with each other. And from behind the beholder in the kitchen, you just hear a voice yell out, "Cut that shit out!" And out walks this interesting looking fellow, a very much antelope style skull, purple skin torso that goes into black flowing cloaks, and over top of this a grimy kitchen apron. He comes out pointing a staff with a green orb on the top, and he says, "You ain't bringing that Blood War shit into here. Out!" And that is where we're going to end tonight.
Cool. Man, I want to get to know that.
I need
What
to
a
leave
crazy
myself a
time.
note for next time.
So, thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll be back in 2 weeks on the Tuesday, the 1st of August is when we will be back. Yeah. So make sure if you haven't already checked out the Discord server, go check it out. We post lots of cool stuff. I'm going to be posting some pictures of things that happened tonight. And also you get to talk with all these cute beans and see pictures of Terry and Pico, and everything's great. It's okay that it's your birthday. Happy early birthday.
Happy birthday!
It's also my
Happy early
brother's
birthday.
birthday on that day. So
And-
happy birthday to you.
Happy
Heck
birthday.
yeah!
Now, with
Happy
that,
birthday. from
we are
all
going to
of
be
us.
raiding over to someone we all love, and it's Sam, who's playing Baldur's Gate 3. So, until next time, goodbye.